last few years, my brother's been drinking C4 during races. We switched to grain. I think that's been our biggest.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Welcome, race fans, watermelons and wood chips. Episode 47. Had to look at the sheet, even though we just talked about it.
Episode, I was going to say Corey, but Gil Sonner.
Yeah, Gilly.
I mean, that's fitting for today's guest,
Yes.
is it not?
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
One hundo.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we got our guest hiding back in the shadows over here. Troy Schute's going to join us today, which is pretty exciting. The more famous brother of the Shute brothers, in my opinion.
I was going to go with the smarter brother.
Well, his hair is not as good, but the brains are there, right? Yeah. So Troy Schute's going to join us here in a little bit. We'll go over some of the stuff that happened this week racing-wise, and I'm excited because you guys know how big of a sprint car nerd I am. Troy's got his nobody cares what Troy thinks.
Oh, we know.
Yes. Yeah, Bobcats getting ready to go down to the Street Stock Nationals this week. Pretty cool deal. Knoxville Nationals is coming up. We just got done with the 360 Nationals this weekend. You know, a lot of cool stuff. But I mean, I thought last night, you know, Boone Speedway wise, racing was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. We had a just a floater in the pits last night.
I did see him. He might have popped out of a side-by-side.
Yeah.
Looked
throwing frisbees. Doing all kinds of stuff.
I also saw a bunch of business happen for him last night on the front stretch. Did you see that?
Yes.
Looked like might be some repair work on the 92.
Yeah, that was definitely the Moffitt's Mayhem on the 92.
Yeah.
And Buck's okay, right?
Oh, Buck is A-okay.
Good.
We've really kind of tested. My rollover was actually pretty soft compared to what we seen last night. Another racing deal, but another deal as to why the double features are not racer friendly last night. Had an outsider. I have no idea who the guy is, but probably preparing for Super Nationals, which we all know that's kind of what happens at the Boone Speedway the last month of racing is you get a lot of out-of-towners or guys that don't normally race at the weekly program at the Boone Speedway coming to try to tune their stuff in, and it was a racing deal for sure, right? The 22 car threaded the needle there on the front stretch, and aids, they were 3 wide. Buck was just kind of sitting there, just a bystander really, just racing, doing what they were doing, and aids gets up into the concrete wall, cuts the right front down, and then shot him left across the racetrack, which Buck was right there, caught his right rear on him, and man, did he go for a ride. You know, it looks really violent. We were talking, I can't even remember the gal's name. That's the redheaded chick. She's a Mod Light mama is what I call them. I call all the Mod Light mamas. 'Cause they're savage, bud. I mean, they'll punch somebody.
We had one standing right here for a couple hours.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yes, 100%.
But she's the one that made the stickers for the Marlboro packs of smokes on my stuff. And she come over last night, and she's like, man, is Buck all right? And it's like, yeah, he's good. You know, the car is it really made a statement it made me feel really good. I told Matt he should be really proud. It just bowed the center of the halo on the main cage down a little bit.
And he took a hit.
I mean, took a hit. I mean, it indented. So I run across the racetrack. I kind of waited until all the guys, sorry if I wasn't supposed to do that, but Buck's, one of my best friends, and Todd and them went down there. So I went down there just because my first thought is we build race cars for a living. So I want to get down there and I want to make sure that the cage held up, and the rest of the car I really give a shit less about. But if that cage held up and was where it was supposed to be, that's my main concern. Well, first of all, Buck climbs out of the car. Okay. So right there, it already done its job in my opinion. But when I asked Buck, I'm like, man, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm all right, and it looked way worse because the fiberglass roof and the panels were flying, and it was steaming. And I'm like, man, he goes, dude, it was just trying to start while it was flipped upside down.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was steaming and smoking. And
you could see the rear wheels just kept doing the chug thing because it kept trying to start.
Right.
So.
Rear end completely junk. The worst part about his car is the square tube on the back of the car. It's just a box, like every stock car has them, but it like twisted it and did some weird shit, and it just like that's the worst part of it. It bowed it down a little bit, but we're gonna cut that bar out.
She's fixable.
Oh, 100%. But when I got out there, you could see that the halo literally put an imprint into the racetrack. Like it was imprinted in the racetrack. So for how hard that racetrack is, for it to do that, it's a pretty big lick. And, okay, we were at the end of the straightaway where we're wide open just before we get ready to lift to go in, right? And hats off to the track crew guys. As always, they were right over there, super fast. Everybody had their own little job to do. Get the fluids out on the ground, get the chains hooked up. If we can get the tow truck guy to slow down on the firewall a little bit instead of pulling it and almost setting it over and then pulling it again, we'll be close. So Cody, I'm gonna need you to grab your dad's nuts a little bit down there, or start getting on the handle and getting that cable rolled down a little bit quicker than just standing over there worrying about what your old lady's doing.
Maybe they've been eating them cookies and they were a little jacked up on sugar.
That's where I was just gonna go with it. He's worried about what his old lady's cooking at home in the oven. So
hey, I don't blame him there.
However, Cody was the first on the scene. He is a good first responder over there, usually holding his shorts up,
wide
looking for a
open,
bottle of water.
40-yard dash. We need to time him.
He's got 14 ribbons guaranteed.
Get the timer on him. Yeah. We usually have one going.
Yeah.
So.
But, excellent job, them guys up there.
Starting blocks.
Right.
In the start, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. We need the gun.
Yes. There it is.
Right.
Yeah.
But I honestly thought last night's race program, I said I wasn't coming, and everybody got excited. I got this badass scooter, right? Which I feel like I'm like King Kong on because it's high off the ground. So
it's like an off-road scooter.
Oh yeah, bud.
Bud.
It'll crank.
You made my sister. You turned her head. She liked it.
That ain't the first time I've turned the wheeler.
She will
Love
really,
you, Emily.
She'll really like that.
I'm sure she will. But no, I come rolling in there, and I go rolling over to Jim's pit, and he's only like 5'4" and 1/4 inch. And so I come rolling up to his pit, and I'm literally like, hey, bud. Like I was looking down out of like a semi-truck in a Prius or something,
Standing 3 inches off the
I got to
ground.
stand off of it, But I tell you one thing, boys. On the rocks from the pit area to the grandstands, sketch as fuck. Okay, I about wiped out twice. I about hit a pedestrian.
Can you just see him?
Yeah, bud. I mean, it literally jiggled every fat in my body.
Was there an R in that pedestrian? Was
it pedestrian? Did I say that?
I think that's what I heard.
Whatever. You know what, you guys? If you guys would be better at doing other things than just calling out my resource moments.
Hey, and this is fitting too, because y'all know I love Troy. But I'll tell you what, you guys share a vocabulary sometimes. I'll get a text message from him, and I'm like, "What is that?" And I got to read it again. I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's just this one word." So it's you say it, Troy types it.
It happens. Oh, I type it too. Believe me.
Troy's staring at me like, what? I do what?
But I felt it just felt weird, I come pulling up there and Jennifer was like, "Oh, I thought you." I'm like, "I'm not racing." I walked right over to the VIP window and signed in. First time all year I've got to been able to do that because you can't do it as a driver, right? Yep. Unless your name's Scott Davis. But true. I get it.
But he don't drive anymore.
Right.
But Daniel.
Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed I didn't get to see him last night. He's been running really well in the old 81D.
Been winning some features this year.
Absolutely. He's done an excellent job. Bobby Joe did call me last night. She was wanting to know what was in the spider bite up at Wilson's. They were at the bar having a couple of toddies, and it was like, "What's it?" I was in the tower with Ryan and Jerry, and I'm like, I'm loud already, and they're trying to have the broadcast or whatever, and I'm in there like, yeah, it's just Crown Royal and butterscotch stuffs, and everything. So then we had to vacate there. Got to go up and see my cool buddy in for a little while, and checked out how they do the replays and, just kind of like on the fly right there. It's super cool.
He's a one-man gang.
Yeah, I mean, Ian, I don't know. He keeps all the heat in his head with a stocking hat on. He is one of the best cameramans that IMCA TVs have, so take care of that guy. Don't lose him.
Not one of the
best.
He's one of the nicest people too.
Oh, yeah.
Ian's just good.
He's like flirty. No, I don't mean it that way. He's like bubbly. Like,
yes, he does.
And he just does a great job. Like he really, I feel like he's one of the very few that listen to the announcers, and whatever's going on the racetrack, he is in that moment, right? And so super cool. We talked about his plane crash on the front stretch with the race cars here a few weeks ago, and his drone and stuff, and that was kind of cool. And then we went down and got to experience the fried peanut butter and jellies that I inspired here a couple years ago. Those are still pretty freaking good. Although, if you guys are going to keep serving those, we need little cartons of milk. Like what we used to get in school, Code. 2%, bud. I mean, we can sell those all day for $1 guaranteed. We'll get them for like 6 cents. I'm not shitting you. Like so, that should be an item on there, because if I could have slammed a 2%, couple quarts of milk yesterday, I probably would have went home.
Scoop of ice cream on them would be pretty good too.
I mean, yeah, but then it's tough because then you're getting dirty ice cream.
Yeah.
Nobody wants dirty ice cream. At least you can seal the milk back up. I mean, but they are only about that big, so they're about 2 gulps.
A little 2-shot.
But it would go good with the fried Oreos as well, because I don't know about you boys, but we got some of those last night too. And instantly I'm like, oh yeah, they're great. I bit into that sumbitch and I got third degree blister on my right front.
I thought you were talking a little funny when you first got here.
Boy.
Yeah.
The powdered sugar, I did have to give the girls a little bit of shit. They're being a little jincy with the powdered sugar. And all I did was I pulled the management card, and then they gave me more powdered sugar. So thanks to the girls about that.
Has anybody ever dunked a fried Oreo? That's my next question.
That's what I'm saying.
Because who's got milk?
Right.
You have to have milk to do it.
Right, correct. So then that would also go good with the new item that you guys haven't released yet, but the fried s'more for Super Nationals.
Danelle got the equipment for it. I know that.
So
she did. I think there's going to be a test night coming.
When?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
She keeps that stuff close to the vest.
Yeah. Hey. I tell you, I talked to your wife a couple of times last night, too, in the passings. We had a couple of chit-chats. Yeah. That was nice.
Not quite a cookie milk talk, but she was there working.
No, it was good. Ice Dog and I were having some fries and onion petals and a tenderloin down there waiting for I do, however, think that we need to cut down the time in the Oreo line. We need to add a couple more fryers in there or something. Is it one big one?
I think so.
I'm working on it. Last night was a real good eye-opener for me. I got to experience infield stuff. I got to experience in the tower stuff. So when we take over, it'll be really good. I already have a really good game plan going on. Last night was great. Like, we need to change the banners, Jeff. The birthday banners. We've got John Snyder up there. He's been retired for like 15 years. Come on. I love John Snyder, but his daughter's now like 14 riding horses. Like, Snyder's been out of it. We need to get some new pictures. We need we need like the Nelson brothers.
Juergens is back in it, so maybe Snyder's coming back. No?
Doubt it.
No. Okay.
Doubt it. But he's paying for horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But all in all, the racetrack last night was pretty freaking sporty.
Yeah, it was good.
I didn't really agree with the farm session after the modified heat races. Just from the way the racetrack looked. Like, I feel like in those moments we need to just say, okay, you know what, hobbies, everybody's already there. Like, we're going to make this decision. Hey, hobby guys, we're going to run your guys' heat races before the stock cars, because at that point in the time of the program, everybody's car is already ready to go, right? And I think that, we could have eliminated a farm session there, kept the show rolling. We could have just seen if the hobby stocks would have tore it up, which we all know they do because they got that skinnier tire and stuff. I just feel like we use the mod lights to scrub off the slimy stuff per se for the features, and heat races and everything, and they're the lightest car and they do a great job of that. But when you put a big heavy car out there, you're just getting a bunch of wheel spin and not good racing, in my opinion. So maybe next year with like the Sport Compact, we'd have 2 skinny tire cars. Maybe we'll be able to fan that in there in between the sport mods and modifieds, chew it up, give the modifieds a little bit different track, and then we run the mods, then we run the hobby stocks, and then give the stock cars, or vice versa, whatever. But all in
stock
all,
cars be your finale?
I mean,
They
yeah,
could be.
or you could move the stock cars. Like the modifieds should be the finale. If I was the owner of that place, the modifieds would be the finale of the night. Just my opinion, because they're the ground pounders, baby.
Yeah. Do you
And-
think they'd have put on a banger at the last race like they did last night? Because that race was something.
The race, once they got into lap traffic, it's just kind of like watching late model race, right? Like they get strung out, and the way the race cars are, they're really even, and you got a lot of really good drivers out there. So it's kind of tough, like Camden Vince at the old Ortega Express, man.
Yes.
I see the caution with 2 to go, and I'm like, he's going to give it away. But he locked in. I don't know if Destiny rubbed him up a little bit before he went out there, but he was locked in.
Yeah, he did it. he did it.
I think she rubbed him down afterwards.
Oh, guarantee she rubbed him down afterwards.
But yes, what a cool win.
But I'm saying, like, so who runs second?
Brett Thomas.
Brett Thomas. He won last weekend. And then the third place car, wasn't it Smokin' Joe?
No, that was the different feature.
That was the second feature.
It was Josiah.
Oh, Josiah.
Yeah.
But them guys were strung out. It took them everything.
And then they got to him.
Until lap 2. And then they got to him. And then you could almost kind of feel the pressure. And, we forgot all the lights. We were here for an hour, and we forgot all the lights.
I mean, we got busy.
But, oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Seriously,
You're not quite getting it
it's
clipped.
like the golf cart.
There it is.
Yay!
Yeah.
But it's just so hard to run somebody down like that, because like you get in a rhythm and you're hitting your marks and you're flying around there and you're looking far ahead, like for the lap traffic stuff. And then when them modified guys got to them lap traffickers, hats off to those cars that held their line. They were 2-3 wide. Okay, and them guys did some. They held their lines. The leaders did a little muscling because they had to, because they were all throw a blanket on them, right? And honestly, I felt like all in all, it was a great night of racing. Other than the double feature shit, it cut the points leader's dick right off.
But I want to go back. We were talking about when the mods got to lap traffic. But up until the point they got to lap traffic, Cody started what? 10th, 11th?
10th,
Laney?
yeah.
And he was knifing. Like the guy, he drove through to get, and he got to second right at the right time. And then, man, did he make up some ground in a hurry. And like you said earlier, he was driving hard.
Yeah.
Like really hard. And first night in that car.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, to get that win is pretty impressive. He looked like some old Cody Laney for me.
Right. Well, and it's like, when somebody gets into a new thing, Cody Laney leaving Rage Chassis and teaming up with Drew. I don't know what they're calling those cars yet, but they got to come out with a name, or it's going to start going bad luck.
Like Drew Bert's.
And it's something. They got to come up with something, in my opinion,
Right.
and it's a new thing, and Drew is super smart, and it'll just be a matter of, welcome to the chassis company business if you're going to do that, and you better buckle down, because it's very tough, very, very tough, and you get into something new like that, you're excited about it, it's something different, and then you have somebody pumping you up, and they've had success with that thing right out of the gate already, and they're gonna have success. I mean, they're it's not like that they don't know what they're doing, right? I mean, they've been doing it for a while, and when you put good people in race cars like that, it really shows you. Like Damon Murdy, he's kind of struggling a little bit in that Vanderbilt car. It's just, a different thing for Damon. That doesn't mean that the car isn't good. It just means that they need to tune it a little bit for him, right?
Yep.
And that's what they're just going to have to do with that Jansen fabrication. I don't even like saying that, because it's got to be called something. right? Like, it's got to be something.
Yeah.
And I told Drew that. I'm like, hey, bud, you got to come up with it. I know. You know, you kind of him on around about it. And it's been 3 weeks, and we still can't even call it something.
Just tell him to throw it in Chat GPT. It'll tell him what to do.
Right. Yeah, no shit. But
Well, should we get into results from the night?
Yeah, I know where you're going to start. And
yeah, I have to.
I could see. I thought you were going to lose it.
I thought I was too.
hey, before we get into this, let's just everybody pay attention here. A lot of first-time winners.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Again.
And had good, hard,
fast clean racing to do it.
Yes, we did.
Stealth Racing IMCA Mod Lights. Landon Elliott gets his first career feature win. And he was racing with Grant Anderson hard there the last 6 laps. Grant, he was gone for a while and was just clicking off the bottom, and the racetrack started to widen out. And then Landon just moved up like that half lane and caught him. And was there a yellow in there too?
I feel like there was.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And then anyway, 5 laps to go, 6 laps to go, he starts rolling the outside. And I talked to Eric last night. It's not like he was started up front and was fighting for his life to stay up there. He earned it. And then you got guys like Austin Gray, chomping at the bit behind you. They're coming. You can see them on the board. And
he just drove smart.
Josh May back there too.
He drove a really smart race.
Well, Landon picks up his first win. Austin Gray goes a +10 to second. He gets Grant right at the line. But a really good run for Grant Anderson too.
Those boys are going to get one.
Oh yeah,
soon.
Yeah. And just a really cool, awesome family with those guys. John Brothen goes 4th, Josh May 5th, BZ 6th. But yeah, it was pretty cool being able to interview Landon down there and stuff. And
what'd you say? You remember Eric? They brought him to your house.
Yeah, So Eric and I were roommates, and I remember
pretty cool.
Remember when they brought that little turd home, and so it's pretty cool. Closest thing probably that I have that not family to family with those guys, and always ran around with Eric and Craig and those guys, and did a lot of racing with the 9E camp, and cool to
Eric
see.
did too at the end of the night, I think, from what we saw.
Right. Yeah.
He had to get a little heavy with the throttle after.
I don't know if that was him or not, but I was like, oh, there's a tractor out there, guys. Slow her down. This goddamn thing.
I love it. You're just sitting there fiddling with it like a girl twirling her hair.
I know, and I know it drives you nuts.
No,
too,
I love it now. I'm just eating it up.
Fucking thing.
Yep.
Anyway, Landon getting his first win, really cool. I texted Eric and Lexi today to see how the arm pump was doing today.
Yeah, his arms are real sore.
We were in the middle of that interview, and he's like, man, my arms hurt so bad. He said it 2 or 3 times.
If he would have just said, they need to get me power steering, I was like, I could just hear Jonathan saying it.
All right.
And I know we're leaving the Mod Lights right now, but big news coming from the Mod Light world here later in the show.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
All right. You got some
It's
insight.
on your sheet. It's on your sheet.
Okay.
It's on your sheet.
Okay.
You can read it if you want, but it's on there.
Northern Sport Mod feature number 1, Odega Express.
Dude.
Camden Vincent gets a win. Dude, I did not know that it said Odega Express on it. And
so good.
His better half comes over, and she's like, you didn't know we put that on there? I'm like, I had no idea.
Been on there for weeks.
Yeah. So
almost all year.
So they come rolling in there, and I thought that was pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Brett Thomas goes second. 2 really good weeks for that team. And on the long green flag run, he was running down the 74.
He was the fastest car on the track.
And then they had that restart, and he chose the outside lane, which I thought was odd.
Yep.
The inside lane at Boone on the restarts is always better, in my opinion, unless it's
Seems to be.
Unless you can you get not jump the start, but you just get a better launch when you turn down the hill. But I think he was trying to rip the top, and because he knew Camden was going to the bottom, so he had to try something because you can't follow him, right? So, but another really good run for Thomas. The 193 Josiah Taylor goes 3rd. Willie Kirk goes 4th. Alec Fett goes 5th. So, again, a really good race with those guys. A feature 2. So we went from third generation racer getting his first win to a fourth generation racer and Braden Gustin getting his first win.
What
started 9th in
Camden, didn't his grandpa race? And
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of history there.
Yep.
yeah. So
Yeah, but then Braden.
right, son of the Reaper, Braden Gustin, man, he's gonna, now that he's got one,
Look out.
I watched
it's gonna
him.
be tough.
I've been watching him because just being friends with the Gustins, right? And Braden he's a little cocky, got that hat, that big old hat up on top of his head, just kind of like quiet but cocky but confident, but like very respectable kid. And I've been giving him some shit. I'm like, hey, what? We kind of talked about how Nene wasn't coming over here and racing, and he's coming over. Well, then last night when he pulled in, Grandpa Rick and Grandma Judy and him and the boys are there, and I'm up in the tower watching his heat race, and he ran his heat race. They were 3 wide, and I like, man, he's just like this much too tight on entry, right? But then just in those little bit of laps, he backed his entry up, slowed down, which got him into the corner, and then he ran them guys back down on the bottom, kind of in the unpreferred lane at the time. He was slicing, he was slide jobbing, he was clearing. He races with respect for a 15-year-old kid.
It's like he's learned.
It's given me the jibby jibs
Yes.
right now because, well, I'm just saying, like, and I know that he's grown up around the racing shit, right? Like he's been trained in his head, but he's also been trained in his head, like, I'm fucking savage. Like, I'm going to do whatever it takes,
Well, it's
right?
like he's gotten used to the car and he knows the limits of it.
Right.
Like, and it's starting to show.
I even went down after on my scooter, I went down and I seen Rick and Judy, and I'm like, man, and he's like, I'm like, that kid's going to be good if we can, if you guys keep doing what you're doing, it's fun to watch. And I went over to him and gave him a little arm slap and said, bud. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, good job. I'm so proud of you, you're doing phenomenal. Like the guy slid jobbed him in 1 and 2 or in 3 and 4. He braked and cut back down underneath and didn't lose his head, and it's just going to be super fun to see where his career goes. And
and it's the first one's always the toughest because he's lost a couple.
Oh yeah,
he's lost a couple. He's led a lot of laps.
Yep,
and lost a couple, and now that you go win one,
it's still giving me the jeebs over there.
From 9th, going and being pretty dominant.
But you know what I think a lot of the key on that is he's lost a couple, but he didn't just jump off the wagon. He finished second. He finished third.
Yeah, right.
He took those and he learned from them, and you could tell. Like it showed last night when he had a little something. He's like, oh yeah, watch this.
The one thing that you noticed last night too at the Boone Speedway was the 2 rookies that won their races, and the other 2 guys that are Vincent. The crowd went
bananas.
Berserk.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard the crowd that loud.
Seriously,
in a while.
I'm growing hair over here for the last 3 minutes talking about shit. I'm just saying, like, it was cool. Like,
even like with Landon being from Boone and having a lot of people in the stands, and
it was pretty loud.
I had my headset off. I took my headset off for that, and because I didn't know how I was going to end up either, but like the crowd was super loud.
Yeah.
And then Braden backs it up. Crowd's going bananas, like
bud.
And Jerry pumping up the finger dance with switch the music up. He played Freebird. He played like a Freebird remix, and it was awesome. And dude,
look,
whole crowd is
there's more hair growing.
Yeah, the whole crowd's going nuts.
They did.
The old
I love it, dude.
Freebird remix finger dance combo was on point.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Really, really cool. Joe Dorn comes back and gets second. And I talked to him after the race. He was kind of pumped. He's like, man, I really usually don't like the bottom. He's like, but it was kind of nice down there. He's like, I was just being a puss. So,
well, there was a little bit of chop up there in the cushion. I mean, you had to be up on the wheel, and you couldn't necessarily go in on the cushion. You had to kind of go a little bit a lane below because it was, but that's what made for some good racing. Go on.
Yeah.
Because I was just going to talk about the next one because that's not the only 3 first-time winners ever. We're going to get to that here in just a second.
Yeah. So Hunter Longnecker had a really good run, too. I think, like he was coming through there, and like you said, those guys just kind of, by the end, got stretched out, and they were going through lap traffic. But Hunter passed 8 cars to get third. Brian Morris goes fourth. Jeremiah Reed passed 9 cars. David Schwartz passed 10 cars to go fifth and sixth. So,
hey,
that was pretty cool.
Speaking of David Schwartz, we had a little bad dog, no biscuit right away. We had a little cookie milk talk down there in the drivers' meeting that we all heard that Cody had to give, and it looks like he's still worried if he pissed anybody off during that. He still looks like he's like, I don't know if I want to talk about it. But we're going to talk about it because it delayed opening ceremonies.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, next time I think we have a cookie milk talk like that, and all the drivers are. See, that's why I didn't come this week, guys. I knew you guys were coming. We're going to have this mandatory drivers meeting that didn't portray to what I was doing, so I didn't think I really needed to be there. Okay. But we look across the racetrack, and I think next time you need to have. I'm going to call Tommy, and whatever you're saying over there to them needs to be played into the grandstand area so we know what's going on. Okay, because there were some shocked people in the grandstands. That black flag flew in the first couple heat races last night. And, I am not going to say that, but I should say it. But it looked like last night everybody was paying attention.
It seemed that way, didn't it?
It did, and it was so great because if you guys didn't notice, when those black flags flew right away in the first couple of heat races, people tightened their shit up real quick. And I don't know if there was any more black flags thrown after that for questionable driving.
There was a sport mod one.
Which one?
It didn't actually get thrown, I don't think. It was going to happen. Dustin Lynch.
Oh, that. Well, no, I'm talking about after those incidents.
Oh, after those.
So
I
in the
gotcha.
first, in the heat races, it was Dustin Lynch got the black flag, and then there was one other sporter that got black flagged right away.
So those were
I heard on the radio maybe another one or two later on in the night, but it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't.
No, I'm just saying, like they right away. I can't remember. We'd have to go back
set
and
the
look
precedent right away. And,
right, and
that was good.
However, though, it still. Go ahead, Code.
Well, no, and I had talked to Logan, and I'm like, we got to tell him, like, we're gonna and I told him in the drivers' meeting, if it's even close to being questionable, we have to do it, because the way the things are going the last 2-3 weeks, or even longer than that, like, you gotta right the ship, and I feel like we did that last night. So
I agree. I agree with it. And you know what? There were some upset people, and that's just that's just part of it.
Right. You got one winner and 40 other guys that didn't win or didn't make the show or whatever, and they're going to be upset. So there's one guy out of 45 that's happy, typically. Right. So part of the deal.
There's certain things we're not going to put up with, though, and doing things in the infield when you've got workers close.
Sure.
Not called for. And, I'd say that to anybody's face. It wouldn't matter. Just, you can be upset, but don't put anybody in danger.
Right.
Don't do anything.
Well, and let's just elaborate on that a little bit. Just from what I seen, I was in the booth when all that happened. I was up there hanging out, just checking stuff out and getting ready for my new position, and we seen a racing incident. What?
I just loved hearing you say shit like that. It's funny.
Why? I mean, you got my application.
We did.
Okay.
It's on file.
All right, good. We watched the altercation happen on the racetrack. The Schwartz gets into Lynch. The first time in happened was in 1 and 2. In my opinion, it was a racing deal. Schwartz kind of slid up a little bit, but Dustin was fast enough. I feel like he could have got on the brake and not wheel hopped him. It wasn't like a full go in and wipe out his front end type deal, so I kind of considered that racing. And then when they came back around on the front stretch, Dustin threaded the needle. Now they're 3 wide. They get together again because everybody is migrating and setting up for their next corner. And Dustin was on the short end of the stick of that deal. And then all of a sudden the retaliation come back by, which I would understand. Dustin probably felt like the 57 car ran him over in turn 1 and 2 on the first incident. So I totally get why he was pissed and why he did what he did. But what I didn't agree with, too, was peeling out on the tech pad when there was, officials and not just officials, but other, people standing around there. But I've been there to where I have been angry.
Helmet fire.
And I've had a helmet fire, and I get it. But Bud, next time don't kill it on the first time you're going to try to do a burnout. Like that right then you should have just been like, all right, I'm going to just go back to my pit.
Can I tell you?
But
you were in the tower,
he was
right?
upset.
Did you
I was
hear,
in the tower.
Did you hear from our side when he killed it? There was
no, I didn't hear that. But
Yeah.
I knew he was pissed because you seen him go over there or pull over, and I don't remember who talked to him, Matt or Kevin. And Kevin, first of all, I wouldn't ever yell at that dude because he'd pop your head like a zit with his 2 fingers because he's got sausage fingers.
I think
he's a
work,
big boy.
They work together, don't they, or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, him and Dusty do?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know that, but it's like Kevin's a good dude. He probably got him calmed down a little bit. Like, it's not Kevin's call. It wasn't Kevin's call. It was the call amongst the track employees. And sometimes you're on the short end of the stick of that. I've been on it. I get it. We get mad. We say, stuff that we don't necessarily mean. We do things that we don't necessarily mean. But like they said in the driver's meeting, actions have consequences. And, it sucks. But it like I said, it kind of set the tone for the rest of the night. It really did. And I think it kind of straightened some people up. But, man, what a crowd.
Yeah.
In the grandstands even last night. Man, I ran into a lot of people over there like, where's your car at? I'm like, it's at home.
Yep.
Not finished yet. We're close.
Yep.
But, man, I was kind of glad, too, a little bit that we weren't there after seeing Buck steal because I'd have been right in the middle of that, I'm sure, being the double feature shit. But
Well, we'll get into that. Modifieds, Cody Laney picks up the win, the 127. Nick Meyer, really good race between those guys at the end. Colby Fett. I mean, there was a 3-car battle there, and Todd Shute was up there past 7 cars for 4th. Paul Nagel was up there for most of the race. He was top 5. So, Jason Bass was 6th. I mean, a lot of those guys were up front. You could kind of throw a blanket over them, and then they kind of got strung out for a little bit, and then they catch lap traffic, and they all kind of come back together. And like you said, Laney sliced and diced his way through there to get the win. So, and then we had Hobby Stocks. Tommy Killen Jr. gets the win. It was really cool to see him pick up a win.
Tommy win.
Yeah. So that's a nice dude. And like I said, he's been pretty close all year, been fast, and then finally, him and Breyer had a good race, and I think he just snuck underneath them, didn't he? Yeah, on the tires and got past Breyer there. Brisket Nacho Express goes 3rd, Seth Butler. Joe Wollenhop goes 4th, and the Jaeger Bomb, Alex Jaeger, he passes 13 cars to go 5th in that one. Second feature, Wayne Gifford out of Boone gets the win. Eric Knutson goes 2nd, passes 8 cars.
any claims?
Nope.
No claims and nothing? No shocks, no nothing? Okay.
No.
Nope.
Joey Young goes 3rd, Zach Ankrum 4th, and Aaron 5th. So that was the results for the night at Boone Speedway. So
did you skip stock cars?
did I? I might have.
Yeah, I know you did because you didn't mention
Oh, yeah.
what I was all jacked up about here a minute ago.
I did.
So
Hang on.
you going to come into it?
Yeah, I'll go back. Hang
Are you
on.
on it's page 213, sentence 13?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, sorry. I totally skipped stock cars.
Yep.
Feature 1, Kyle Everett gets the win. David Smith
Hey,
goes-
hold on.
Yep.
Kyle Everett has raced Boone Speedway for 10 years, and that is his first stock car win at the Boone Speedway.
Is it really? I thought
Yes.
he won a couple years ago.
Nope.
No?
He has won heat races, but never won a stock
Okay.
car feature. He come down to the pit last night to check out Buck's car and stuff. A lot of people come down and checked it out just to see, and
Sure.
I thought he had won too. No,
I thought he had too.
no.
Well, he's had a lot of seconds then, probably.
Yeah, right. But the show that him and Dave put on.
Oh man, it was
what
awesome.
a barn burner. I told him, I'm like, bud, were you trying to give it away? He's like, well, I just kind of got comfortable. I'm like, you can't
He
do
started
that.
slowing down. Yeah, when I talked to him,
Yeah.
when you could see he get up, because he was ripping the top and he was running really hard, and then he kind of got that advantage and started slowing down. Well, then David gets to the bottom and he starts to pick it back up, but I think he was trying not to screw up there. Well, then when you hit the cushion when you're going slower,
He started
had the nose
pushing.
shove.
Yep.
Because David actually led the white flag lap coming to the white flag.
Yes.
On lap 19.
Yes.
So, and then he just went in there and just held her wide open around the top side and ended up getting back around him. But awesome race between those two. The bomb pop was up there too.
Yep.
Micaiah Heidelbaugh.
Well, he won his heat race, and he must have paid a lot of people to come to the stands last night because they were on their feet. Micaiah.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Micaiah, but
It was family
seriously,
reunion this weekend.
there was a lot of people. When he
the
took
bomb
the
pop
lead,
reunion.
When he took the lead, I could hear it. Like
Yeah.
he had a lot of people cheering for
A lot
him.
of push pops ate yesterday.
Tyler Pickett goes fourth. Nathan Wood fifth in the first one. Second one was Braden Richards.
Micaiah Heidelbaugh's brother-in-law.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
It's a family affair.
That's right.
That's
So Braden Richards wins the second one. Hunter Smith passes 9 cars to go second. Troy Jarovitz third. Chris Pruitt had a really good run. Finishes fourth with those guys. Matt West goes fifth. And then Blake Lehman passes 9 cars to sixth. So 2 good runs for the 93L.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like I said, Jimmy in that one was in there. He got into the back of the 15 McDowell. McDowell, I think, hit the cushion, kind of got sideways, and Jimmy had nowhere to go. Got in the back of him, fell back to, I don't even know, 18th or something.
Yeah.
And then when they had that restart, he just rips the top, and they left the top open for him, and all of a sudden he goes from, I don't know, 16th to second, like
2 laps.
in 2 laps.
And then,
But
yeah.
see, that's the result. So I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit too. Yeah, what a great, phenomenal. But the incident before that, when McDowell spins out, I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings. Bud, you need to figure it out because you cause a lot of havoc every week, and that goes back to this double feature bullshit. So your points leaders out there, people make mistakes. That's not it. That's not what I'm saying. But the 15 car goes in, jumps the cushion, about spins out. Jimmy has absolutely nowhere to go, kills him, smashes his whole right front. I'm not saying this because it's Jimmy Gustin. I'm saying this for a lot of drivers out there. Mm-hmm. Because if we had the B mains, some of those drivers wouldn't be in the A mains and causing this bullshit.
It still happens in that format. It just increases the likelihood running 2 features.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't take it away.
It
correct.
doesn't guarantee it,
Correct.
but it does increase the likelihood.
Because you always get 1 or 2 that make it in. And this isn't a jab
That's
at you
just
guys.
math.
Right.
It is. It's just math.
It's just how it is.
It's
like
math.
like if you don't make it, go do better.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what you have to do. I don't make it. Todd Shute don't make it sometimes. Cody Laney don't make it sometimes. That's just part of the game. Yep. So when you do this, and then Jim had nowhere to go, so it really crinkled up. And honestly, what happened was he was driving in so frickin' hard into 1 and 2, he biked up, and when he come down, I thought that the fender and stuff is what popped his tire, but it actually just blew it off the bead.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
and it is.
So he did lose a tire. That's okay. Because he slowed, and I was like, "Oh, did he?" Blow
I thought
up?
he killed it.
Okay.
Because it was almost like he stopped, and we thought everybody was going to smoke him.
Yeah.
Could just being in that bad spot there. But it's just it's very unfortunate because he's the points leader. And I would say this: if it was Matt West as the leader, or Devin Smith or Dave, or it doesn't, whoever it may be. I'm just saying, like, that's why you have to have B mains, because of that reason right there. But it is what it is.
I say we go to break and then we pull a guy in here and get his opinion.
We might need more than 40 minutes for them opinions.
Well, hey, that's what
Which I'm fine with.
That's what he's here
I do
for.
like to listen.
He's here to give them.
Yeah.
And he's got good ones and
I do
a lot
like
of
it.
experience.
Yes, absolutely. We should definitely go to break on this.
Yep, we'll go to break, and we come back. We'll bring in Troy Shute. We'll hear what nobody cares about, apparently,
we will.
and get his top 10 going into the Knoxville Nationals and hear his story. But, yeah, we'll send it off to break with our partners, and you are watching Watermelons and Woodchips. We'll be right back. For more than 140 years, Vision Bank has been locally owned, locally managed, and committed to helping Iowa families, businesses, and communities grow. While banking has changed, our commitment to personal service and local decision-making has never wavered. When you bank with Vision Bank, you're banking with neighbors who know your name and care about your success. Experience the difference 140 years of community banking can make. Visit visionbank.com or your local branch today. Vision Bank is member FDIC.
At Moffitt's Ford, it's not just about selling cars. It's about taking care of our neighbors. For generations, families have trusted us for reliable vehicles, honest pricing, and service that feels like home. Whether it's a dependable F-150, a safe and spacious Explorer, or your next pre-owned vehicle, we're here to help you find the right fit. And long after you drive off the lot, we're still here with expert service you can count on. Stop by and see us today. Moffitt's Ford, home of the million-mile warranty.
Welcome back, race fans, Watermelons, and Woodchips. Timer.
I'm on it.
We're back. And we have the more famous Shute brother with us tonight.
The most famous.
Yeah.
Shoot brother.
Oh, yeah, the most famous. Yeah.
Todd's so dry with his humor. I'm like, we'll talk, and he jokes. And I don't know if does he know we're joking?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, good. That's good. I'm glad. Because Todd's big.
Todd lifts a lot of heavy weights too.
He does.
Uh-huh.
He does.
He does that CrossFit too.
So you're saying you don't want to arm wrestle him, Josh?
I'd do it.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't win.
As long as you weren't doing that power slap deal, you're okay.
I'm not doing that. I love watching that.
Yeah. You texted me the one night.
Did you guys see the one where there was the like bar fight or whatever, and then this dude literally spits on the back of his hand and just fucking cowabungas this dude. Like the fight was just finished up, and this guy was still talking shit, and the guy just goes, blah, and just knocks this dude out unconscious. Like nothing even happened.
Yeah. That power slap thing, I can watch it for hours.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Right.
Oh, my brother and I actually used to do that when we were kids too. So.
Holy cow.
Did Todd always have clean hair back then too?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he started really focusing on his hair when he got, famous. But
Is it Fop or Dapper Dan he uses?
I don't know, to be honest, anymore.
I'm gonna ask him
He's got
next time
some
I
sort
see
of
him.
gel that's wrapped in something. And Reagan Foya one day, when Reagan comes to Supernaturals, he gives him this gel. He's like, "You need to try this." And Todd's like, "No, I'm good.
Not messing with it.
I know what works for me."
Just kind of like the tire dope you guys use.
Yeah.
You know what works.
Yeah.
Hey, I get to see their tire game at Supernationals because they only pit 2 cars from us.
Are you taking video? Or?
And what do you normally say after Saturday? Oh, about time I got to see you, Troy. You've been stuck in that trailer all week.
But he's like studying the grinder pads, how much wears on the one side to make sure the tire's still shaping right. Like all the sprint car and late model guys would be proud of Troy if they seen him doing the tire work.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just too OCD. I got to have everything clean. That's my problem. So,
Yeah.
including tires. So.
I got a guy like that too. His name's Ducky.
Yeah.
I have no hair Ducky on top of my head. He appreciates it too.
Well, Troy, it's cool. We've been talking about this for a little while. We're like, man, we got to get Troy on here. And then, so got a little gap in your schedule today before you head down to Knoxville.
Yep.
And, that's how I busted out some of the programs off air. So going through some of that stuff. But, man, we had Todd on earlier. We saw the episode playing in the background. But I feel like you might be one of the most, like, informed people when it comes to dirt track racing, like in all aspects. And it's like, if you don't know something, you just go talk to Troy.
And the crazy thing is, I'm not really sociable at the racetrack. I just stick to the trailer, make my 15 trips to the bathroom, and then watch Todd. Or I go if I'm walking down the racetrack before the races, I'm usually buying parts from him because my brother likes to run into shit. So, I just love the sport, and I've got people that I talk to that trust me, and I'm not somebody that gets on social media. It's like, hey, this is what's going on. I heard this. This guy's doing this right, or this guy's switching chassis. I'm not that person. But if I know something and I'll reach out to somebody and ask, hey, is this going on? And they'll tell me, yeah. And there's some people who will know what happened. I think I kind of informed you on some stuff yesterday. So that ended up breaking out later that day. So
right.
Yeah.
You're like what's the guy from ESPN the
Adam
Bear?
Schefter.
Yeah, Adam Schefter, yes. Yeah. Yes, he's like the Adam Schefter of dirt track racing.
I was going for the Bear, the guy that has all the facts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's probably, I met a lot of people through my brother, through all the type of different racing we did. And it's kind of funny now. I got people asking me questions. Well, have you heard of, like crew chiefs or racers? Like, have you heard about this? I'm like, why you ask me? You should know.
Right.
You know more people than I do. So,
right.
Anyways.
No, it's, if I get a snap from Troy, it's usually some good intel, underground shit, especially when in the sprint cars or late model deal. And Troy and I are both sprint car nerds. So.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually talked about. I screwed this up. He was supposed to sit here, and I was going to sit over there. I think. But we realized we couldn't put you guys too close together, or Garrett could just shut that camera off once this part started. So, but no, Troy, when I put your phone number in my phone for the first time, I realized I can ask this guy questions and kind of know some stuff once in a while, and it's kind of fun. Like, because I'm like Cody. If I see a text come, I'm like, oh, we got some news. We got something going on.
Well, I got your number, and I can ask you questions that I've asked a lot of questions of just how a racetrack. I'm interested in how things work on a racetrack, and how, I've asked you a lot of questions. Well, how's this? How you guys do this? Why you guys think about this? Or what? Or why is the algorithms always give cars with ones the number one drill paw on a computer draw? But anyways, and then going back to what you were saying, like with Jonathan, you got to read my text fast. That's what my brother does. If you can't understand it, just read it really fast and you'll be fine. So,
all the letters are there.
All the letters are there.
So this is real similar to a T-shirt I saw at the racetrack last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
No.
I can't.
No.
You're down a little
I
bit.
have nothing. Over here. I have nothing over here. I'm telling you. I can't.
Something's
I
not
can
happening.
hear you guys, but check. 1, 2.
Do we need to pause, Garrett?
Oh,
That's what it was.
There you go,
Garrett.
Yep.
There it
Hey,
is.
look at that.
Now we're good.
And then the buzz went away.
Keep rolling. The buzz went away too. Yeah, huh? You can hear now too. I can hear now too. Yeah, it was like a buzz. It was like gazz.
Yeah, it was buzzing in my ear.
That's like not even connected to your.
That's weird.
Who's it connected to?
It's just your mic, so it's not your ears.
Oh, I could hear them, but I couldn't hear myself
Yeah.
talk when I
I
went
could just hear a buzz.
Now the buzz is gone.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Anyway.
we did have that interruption there. Minute
Continue.
52. Continue.
52. But yeah, just passing information around, like knowing like the ins and outs is fun to be able to do. Like once in a while, not once in a while, almost every week I'll get a question from somebody in the pits. Why the point average, the 3-week rolling point average? This doesn't make sense. And I take a picture of it. I'm like, well, here it is. And
You're speaking very specifically.
I might be speaking very specifically. But it does happen that
Those asphalt guys, man.
well, and and it's funny too because usually there's no way we're this good. I'm like, well, yeah, you are. The last time you raced, last 3 times you raced, look at this. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you got to figure too, maybe somebody that did have a better point average than you didn't even make the invert. So,
Right.
So that that kind of.
Well, it's tough for a lot of people because of the double feature stuff.
Well, I'm not.
Like, how's it lined up? Like, I'm just saying, like,
Yes.
because there's been times where it's like, okay, I'll use Jimmy as an example. Like, he started in the first 3 rows, but he's a points leader.
Yep.
And people have a hard time because of how the point system was set up prior.
Right.
How long? And I know it's been this way for what, 4 or 5 years?
It's been COVID-ish.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been this way for a while, but it's still just people have a hard time figuring it out. They think if you're the points leader,
You're
you should be in the first heat. You start 12th, and then second place is in the second heat.
Yep.
They start 11th.
Right.
Blah blah blah. You know, and but I do like it's you don't understand. Like Devin Smith, for instance, he's had 2 DNFs the last 2 weeks. And then he won the week before. So he's going to be in the first couple rows next week at the features for sure. And people are going to be like, how is that so? Well, because and it's good because, in my opinion, it's good because you're not losing that points average. So, like, because not everybody wants to commit to running one racetrack, right? And because they can't, scheduling or other races or other events or whatever the case may be. So to not be punished because you can't physically come and support that night is kind of rewarding to the driver. It makes them feel a little bit better about it, in my opinion.
Yep.
I think the big thing too is, I've tried to explain it to friends and families for all the years that we've been racing about the point average deal, and they just, I understand it. Like, for instance, I think Jeremy started like 4th row a couple weeks ago because he's had some bad finishes. We've been running pretty good. Jake's been running really good. So that's why we're starting in the 6th row, and Jeremy was starting in the 4th row. And like my dad didn't get it, and I'm like trying to explain it to him. And it's based off that 3 week average. I think what Todd and I were asking, like, I see Todd was starting like, last row of the heat race of number 2. And I've always thought, well, maybe the points leader gets to start. It's always the 2nd row. Or second heat race that gets to start in that position. So that's the reason why I was kind of bugging you about that.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
I don't want to assume. I just want to know.
Yeah.
I want information. So
I don't see it as bugging either. Like, it gives me a chance. Once in a while, it gives me a chance to double check the system that it's working the way it should. And anytime I see there's no way we should be starting here. Nobody's ever like shitty about it. Like, they just want to know like what's going on. So,
But
we anticipated we were going to start 6th row because of how we've been running the last few weeks, and that's what happened.
Yep.
So,
well, and the thing is a lot of people want to just talk trash about something instead of just asking.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know if you don't ask, right? Like,
exactly.
like you can't.
There's no bad question.
Right.
No.
And then you go into that whole assuming thing, and then you're assuming we all assume the most worst possible scenario, right? Just because it's like, well, usually the way my luck is, that's what everybody says, that's my luck, or this, that, or it's like, no, that's just reality.
Yep.
That's just the way it is. Here's how it's structured. Here's why it's structured this way.
That's why
It's
I
pretty
like
black
it so
and
much.
white,
It's
right?
math. It's easy.
It's math.
It don't lie.
Yep.
It is what it is.
The crazy thing is when we were racing late models, they had that USRA points passing rules, and we were at Lucas one night. My brother started like 9th in the heat race, and he ended up passing the guy for 2nd, and I'm jumping up and down like, yeah, all right. And the guy that owned the car is like, why are you so excited? He goes, because we're going to be on the pole of the feature, because that's how it works. It's on the pole of the feature, and oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think you maybe said that you wanted to talk a little bit about late model racing.
I
with
can talk
Todd.
about anything. Yeah, we can get into that at some point too. And Wahoo says I'm a sprint car guy, but I'm also a big time late model person. So I work with somebody. I got to do a race day post for a certain guy that keeps me on top of it. So, might be trying to do some sprint car racing at some point too. So
Good.
Cool.
Good. Yeah, well, we talked to Todd obviously before about you guys getting started and doing all that stuff, but like I remember the old Empty Pockets Racing logo with the guy with his hands up, the Monopoly guy, and you guys kind of took off from there. And that's kind of, that's the one that was always kind of synonymous with Troy Shute to me, like when I first got to know you.
the crazy thing is we actually we used to live we live in Norwalk now, but we used to live right by the airport, and a lot of the sprint car guys would stay in Des Moines before they had got to all the fancy rigs. And there was a night, I think it was when the World of Outlaws was it wasn't Nationals, it was probably like in the summer, and somebody said, hey, there's a sprint car trailer up at the car wash. So my brother and I, we get on our bikes and we ride over there, and it was Lee Brewer, and he was driving for the Nance team at the time, and we're like sitting there just like, and the annoyed crew chief's like, if I give you guys some shirts, can you just get the hell out of here? And he gave us this shirt, and it's got this fat guy that said Empty Pockets Racing, and it had an old trailer and an old car, and then it was actually Todd and his our good old high school friend Joey Swartz was the one that came up with the name, because I wasn't at first. I didn't think this deal was going to last at all. I thought it was going to last 2 to 3 weeks, and Todd was going to go back down to Knoxville and hang out with me. And my biggest regret in life is I missed his first race. So
Really?
yeah, I was like, this ain't going to last. I'm going to go to Knoxville instead. So
27 years later, he's still upset about missing that first race. You guys see that? I missed his first race.
Yeah, I did. And honestly, I missed. The first time I went to Boone was after the Knoxville Nationals in 97. Jesus Christ, 97. And he barrel rolled down the front stretch, and something for maybe for this question you had last week. If you think you're hurt, get in an ambulance and get in ride, because Todd was hurt and he was like, oh, I'm fine, and we're out driving away home, and he's just like, man, this freaking hurts, I'm in pain, and he ended up breaking his collarbone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Adrenaline.
Yep, it was adrenaline, and he's like, I can't take the ambulance ride. No, take the ambulance ride, it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let them check you out at least.
Yeah.
Well, and too, though, I've rolled 3 times in the adrenaline. Your adrenaline, you got a million things going through your brain because your race car's tore up. You just got out of a barrel roll situation. You get out and you're looking and you're like thinking about how much money you just spent and blah blah. Like, I can understand why he was like, I'm tough. Like, I told Buck last night even, I'm like, hey man, like, I was pretty sore after my rollover. And it was pretty soft. I'm like, you went violent, bud. Like, you should just make sure you're all right, right?
He's going to feel that one for a
It is
days.
not, you do not lose any manhood points by going over and having the hot paramedic girl check your vitals. Rob, I know you're going to give me shit about that, but Rob's the overseer, bud.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And unfortunately, my brother has flipped quite a few times, right in front of me actually too. And he actually pirouetted back in 2007, and I got to him, and the car's like laying sideways, and he's like, "We can get the tire changed. Let's go." And I'm like, "No, Todd, it's bad. And all of a sudden I hear a clunk. He's like, ow, and I'm like, did you unbuckle your belts? He goes, yeah. I was like, you probably shouldn't do that when you're flipped over.
Well, see, that's what I was telling Buck last night. I'm like, did you undo your belts? Because they wanted me to undo my belts, and I was high enough up in there, like I couldn't get my arm down. I'm like, nope, just flip it over. I'll wait until you guys are done. Well, Buck's car was trying to start last night.
Yeah.
And it was steaming and smoking, and he's like, I don't know if I'm on fire. However, the fuel cell, Superior Fuel Cells, great job. Yep. 2 weeks in a row, a couple of rage cars upside down, not a drop of fuel on the racetrack. Now, however, the stinking ass rear end oil, all over everything. Yeah. Okay, so that sucks. But the safety equipment that is implemented into the sport is working. Yeah. And that is what the main thing is everybody's walked away from their race cars. We haven't had any tragedies. So hats off to all the vendors or the people that build these awesome race cars and race car parts. Great job.
I mean, last year Todd flipped at Stewart. He flipped it back over and he was fine.
Didn't he continue to race?
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Wasn't he leading?
Yes. We actually passed Tom Berry in the open at Stewart, which is it's very impossible, but was leading, and I'm thinking we got 2 to go in a lap car. They were going to catch this lap car, and I thought they were going to catch him on the backstretch. Well, he slowed down quite a bit, and he ended up spinning out, and Todd rode the wall, and it just slowly tipped over. Well, then they tip him back over, and he just starts it up and gets going. Well, I start running over because we're like kind of in a points deal at Stewart at the time, and I think we needed to finish that race in order to win the points championship and get that banner from Mike. So we run down there, and actually Tilly Elliott beat me to my trailer and got the tire, and I come back, and Randy Havlick and Taylor Havlick are getting the car jacked up, and we changed the tire. I think there was a lot of people there that night that just helped make sure that we were okay. And he went back there. He passed like 4 or 5 cars. And we ended up winning the points championship. And I actually had to make a social media post about that. We normally don't post stuff like if we flip or anything like that. We're not those types of people. But I figured it was going to be on Doom Scroll, so I better make something of it. So, which it was.
I gotta ask. So I know what I think was Todd's worst wreck. What's yours?
There's 2. There's actually one in the late model where Kelly Bowen landed on top of him at I-80. That was pretty bad. And then Kelly got his car off the ground I'm back on the racetrack, and he ended up running second that night. But the 2014 Super Nationals was pretty bad. Barrel rolling down the front stretch. That's the picture of Jimmy holding the beer.
Yep.
The icon one that everybody shares every year.
Yeah. And
Shout out Byron Victor.
He
He gets some good shots.
And I was back in the All-Star voting day, and Jimmy's like, "Hey, I need you to help me with something." And I was like, "Man, that thing popped in my head." I actually messaged Brian and said, "Hey, can I use this picture?" And that's where we came up with that Boone's beer and Jimmy Gustin.
Yep. Yep.
And
didn't need bots to win that one.
No. But that one was, I don't know. He's taking some hard hits, but that one was pretty bad. I don't know, which one was you thinking?
The red car in Des Moines.
Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot about the fairgrounds.
That was bad. That was real bad.
That was. And actually, he had one with his dad's old car that we bought from him. Like, that thing spun in the air and then dropped down, and it. And then I think when it dropped down, I think it was Pat Graham that hit him right on the right side, and that thing was. He got out and he was fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we tore up some shit at Des Moines quite a bit. So that place taught us to respect racetracks and race cars. So
yeah. For sure. Respect the speed, respect the safety equipment, all of it.
That place taught it was fast, and even when it was dry slick, you just had 2 long straightaways and you're moving.
Well, and the corners they were big sweepers. You could drive off in there. Like, remember when the 360s and shit were there, and they were just frickin' fly around that place.
But like 3 and 4 it kind of flattened out, so your mindset in 1 and 2 is like, all right, I can go in there and I can hammer it and just fly on that cushion. And then if you go into 3 and 4, it kind of just flattens out there, and then if you miss it wrong, that wall does not move.
Oh man, that was the worst. Yes,
but
that
when
was
it had
the worst wall, especially when they had the guardrail and stuff there. Oh man!
But when it would build a cushion, I remember my dad was racing Todd Cooney right in the late models, right when Todd went from the modified to the late models, and Bill Gunther told my dad they were in Cooney was going to win the championship. But Gunther told my dad, if you beat Todd Cooney tonight, I will get you tickets to some baseball game or something, some trip or something.
Yep.
And so my dad went in there and squeezed old Cooney because there was a cushion.
Yeah.
And Todd was so mad at my dad for that. My dad's like, yeah, but we get to go on this trip. Like, you still won the championship. But I just remember as a kid, if there was a cushion in 3 and 4.
Oh, God.
God, they were even going faster. You guys remember all the cars that used to hit the opening?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Going into the pit area?
Ripped them in half.
Oh, my God. I don't know how we didn't see. I mean, we've seen some tragedy, and God bless their souls, but at that speedway, but not from that wall opening.
Yeah.
There were other circumstantial stuff. Man, a lot of good memories down there at the fairgrounds.
Actually, our first night back, we had bought a victory car because after we destroyed that one car, we had bought a victory car because Todd was working at JR Motorsports, and that first night, Chris Wilkie blew a motor going into turn 1, and Todd was right behind him, and he slid into it, and he hit that opening, and it ripped the whole right side off. First night, brand new car, and like my brother's like, we're done. I'm like, nope, we'll find a way to get this thing fixed, and we did. So
that's tough, man. I've been there too. It's
and then over the course of a career like you guys have put together, there's probably quite a few more times than what you want to admit that you've been in that situation where you're like, we got to find a way to do this, when you're like, we don't want to right now,
Yeah, and that's, but my one thing about my brother is he's very hard-headed, and he's very he's not a quitter, and there's times where I kind of get on him about that a little bit, but we will find a way. We will find the right way to do it. We're not going to screw anybody over. We haven't screwed anybody over, and we haven't burned any bridges doing it. So, and that's probably one thing I'm really proud of, that, if something happens, we'll make it work. If we have to skip a race or a week or two, it's not the end of the world. There's plenty of races. There's plenty of weeks that we can go do this. So, but yeah, we've been in that situation before. Kind of actually, we thrive from it a little bit. So,
right. Well, just kind of you little reset, rebuild, come back, prove that you're one of the best in the business because of that too, right?
Yeah.
Like you can take your, I got a lot of shit last night for not being there, but it's like, man, I at this point I had changed my motor, my rear end. I decided to pull all my weight jacks apart and re-anti-seize and, just really, really maintenance your car. And I'm maybe a little biased, but I try to have one of the nicest looking cars out on the racetrack, as far as I'm very anal about my body and shit. And so it's taken me days of straightening and whatnot and everything. And it's actually not as bad as what I thought it was going to be, but you guys are a lot like that and have to overcome those certain scenarios. Like that's just kind of what we do, right?
Yep.
Like, I don't know what Troy Shute does when he wrecks his race car. I know he doesn't just sit at home and bitch or write blogs or make flyers. Like you're back in the shop, straightening shit out, getting shit ready to go. And Todd's there, and that's how my people are. I was ready to park my shit last week after the heat race, just because. And then when your people that believe in you start working on your car, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go back out there, even though this is stupid. We're going to start 19th, and then we end up rolling or you tearing up more shit, and then it's just like, man. But you still get back up.
Yep.
And you still go after it. And that's, people would give me a lot of shit this week thinking that I'm just giving in. And
You're racers.
We're racers.
Right.
That's what it boils down to.
That's what we're supposed to do, right?
Well, Todd had not listened to the last part of the podcast from last week, and I said that you were going to take some time off, and Todd's like, he ain't going to do that. He can't do that. He's going to go. He's like, where are you going to go race? There's nowhere to race right now because, basically now Stewart's done, Vinton's probably done, Marshalltown is off for a couple weeks. When are you going to go racing again? You know?
Well, and so my whole theory to that is that I know I wasn't going to be there this coming week because we're going to the Southern Street Stock Nationals. So I was already planning on missing that week, and we're so busy at work, like I just didn't know I didn't even know what shape the car was in or whatever, and actually it ended up being like my rear end was bent, mainly my body stuff. None of my front, we checked my toe. My toe is exactly 3/8 of an inch, like how it did, like it didn't even touch it destroyed my bumper, but it just bent all that stuff up, but it didn't even touch the radiator bar. It did my air cleaner. I was like, my air cleaner, I rolled over and my air cleaner is still like perfect. I didn't even smash it down or anything.
Yep.
So we actually got luckier than what I thought, but I just decided, it's like, man, I want to take my time. We got nationals coming up. So I will go ahead, and every racer has the 7-day I'm not coming back thing, right? Yeah. We talked about that. So for the heirs in my dad's first-time winners race, we will be back to race that night. But so just a couple of weeks of taking off, not an actual whole month. But I heard some things last night at the racetrack that I'm not going to disclose here on the show or anything, but that might be part of the reason why I'm coming back a week early too.
Well, the other thing too is you got the chance to see what these guys go through.
Oh yeah,
and it's a totally different animal.
Totally different thing. It's like when we go down to Florida.
Yeah,
I really shaped me. Like, I might go and chew these guys' ass, but then at the end of the night that nobody sees, I'm like, they get the messages like, hey, bud, you guys want to go get an ice cream cone and talk? I'm sorry.
Or he tells Cody, I did want to ride. I didn't think it was a good idea.
Right. And so not a lot of everybody sees that, and I'm okay with that. It is what it is, but it's like, man, it is such a different thing. That was like last night I had an interaction with someone that had a thing happen on the speedway, and she was displeasured about it, and like those are the tough things to answer, because I'm passionate and I seen it both sides, but at the end of the day, you still got to make that decision. And what one did was a little more wrong than what the other one did, and that is what nobody wants to do, and that's why people are scared to say that. I think it's like in our standing area where we stand out. So Troy and I have like this line down there. He drew this line in the ground like 3 weeks ago. It's still there, and all these young punk kids.
The Paul Budd area.
The Paul Budd area, yes. The Paul. I forgot about the Paul Budd.
We gotta get Paul Budd back.
Oh,
now.
He come out last couple weeks, but it's like, you little dickheads. You get us kicked out of this spot, Troy and I are both going to kick your ass, because like that's our spot, right? And they already shut it down at Nationals, because of the rope and shit, because and then people look at me like I'm a psychotic psychopath when I'm down there yelling at them about it. So I'm definitely, Tommy, I'm going to need that headset this week. I'm going to need you to get me on the payroll, or actually, can I just get a pay stub with it can just say zeros on it. I just need to show it to Tommy.
Can we just like make him like a cardboard headset? So it's purposefully fake.
Give me a radio that doesn't work. So I was going to put a headset on this week and ride my scooter through the pits.
With no radio connected to it.
Right.
Just ride with a headset on.
Right, because, people are like, oh, God, they think that we run the racetrack, which we don't. I wish we did. But it was going to be super funny, but Tommy would not let me. I told Cody, I'm like, I'm going in there and getting one.
Tommy's a stickler. He's a union guy.
He likes me.
Yeah.
But he would not let me have that thing. And then Cody's like, well, did you tell him you were going to just do it for the podcast? I'm like, no, I just felt the vibe. Like, he was not letting me not have it.
So when I went in there, he was like, yeah, Jonathan tried to get a headset, and we just can't do that. And I'm like, I know. I said, we were just fucking around, though. And he's like, well, if you would have told me that, he was just screwing around.
That's 2 weeks from now at the Ayers race, because actually, since we're putting on a show there, I'm going to be the race director
Oh boy.
of the Ayers race.
Okay.
We're going to have 2 flags.
Will you be the race director or the director of racing?
The director of racing.
Okay.
We're going to have a black flag and a green flag.
We did have eyes. We did have eyes in the sky last night. Did you guys know?
I did know that.
A fellow red.
A fellow red that does an actually excellent job. I've been thinking about this. I think you guys should really think about it. It'd be another way for the racetrack to make money. Okay?
Oh, boy.
You know how when you go to a NASCAR race and you can rent radios and listen to what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You can rent those. You can get some transponder or some receivers.
We got a whole box of them.
I do too.
Yeah. You could rent those things out, even if it was for $5. People would.
You can listen to.
Listen to the receiver and see what's going on. You can't talk to them, obviously. They can just hear what we're hearing. Like when I go to a NASCAR show, I always get that because I want to hear the crew chief saying, "Yeah, hey, dumbass," or whatever they're saying.
Hey, Kyle Larson, get off the wall.
Right, but you know what I'm saying? Like that'd be a cool thing, and like especially at like Super Nationals, or have you ever listened to like a World of Outlaws one?
Oh yeah.
Like they're very professional.
Oh yeah.
Right, like. And it's almost like, it almost makes me feel like the first late model one I heard, it made me feel like we were in the movie scene Top Gun. Late model Heat 3, welcome to the Speedway. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very professional. Like, all right, guys, get it together. We're gonna go green here. We're gonna drop green. We're going for 8. Good luck. Or what? I mean, like it's just cool to me, and I think that the racetrack could benefit from that, and I think people would rent them.
It's not a bad idea.
I've actually listened to. We have some old receivers. I've thrown in there a couple of times and just listened. And Todd's like, you need to, because you get a better understanding, of what they're saying or who they're chewing out that they don't have their receiver on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it just gives a different perspective, a perspective that people don't see. Like I said, that's the reason why I bug you quite a bit on questions. That's what I just want to know.
For sure.
And you guys are not. Oh, this is secret. You can't. I'm not going to tell you this.
Top
I've asked you a lot of questions that probably you didn't have to give me a second of your time, but you do. So I appreciate that. So
you bet, no problem. I like it. Like I said, and it's like last night. Everybody knows I'm biased. I think Colton does a good job. I think when he gets on that receiver, he takes it seriously and he tries to do as professional a job as he can.
Yep.
It's been pretty rare that I've heard him lose it on there. I've lost it on there when I used to do it at Stewart. Like I would rip ass.
Yep,
like
you
'cause
did.
God, you
people-
smelled like you were ripping ass last night, but it was them damn
it
eggs.
was the eggs. That's right.
Golly.
I mean, but it's like you talk to somebody enough, and it's like, okay, we've done this enough. It's time. We're not kids here. Like,
But you
do
know
you're
what?
told.
That is what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Like whoever, like Jimmy, I was giving Jim. We forgot to talk about this last week. Okay, I'm going to bring it up because I thought it was a really cool thing. We lose the leader in the stock car race.
Yes.
We have a double file restart. Jimmy, I knew he didn't have his race receiver on because they're like 19. Make it definite.
Yep. And he was just.
And he goes, so I called Jimmy. I'm like, did you not have your race receiver? No, it wasn't working. I'm like, would you buy one that works? I'm like, he goes, well, what were they doing? I'm like, well, if your receiver worked, you would have known what they were doing. They were doing exactly what they should have been doing. He goes, I was flipping that 85 off and everything because
He was mad.
he goes, I'm leading the race. I'm starting this race. And he goes, finally after 2 laps, he goes, I thought, fuck it. I'm just going to let him start up here. I'm going to blow his doors off anyway.
And he did.
And he did, but I told him, I'm like, Jim.
I saw him at the drivers' meeting yesterday, and he's like, I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
But then, after it all transpired, he's like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, well, we really haven't done that much, but then it happened twice in the same night,
Right.
which was rare.
Rare.
It's rare
And,
for it to
yeah.
happen once.
Very
and
rare,
then to
right.
have it happen again.
But here's the other thing. Another question for you guys. So, like, why does fourth place always go to the inside?
That's a Delaware double file.
Yeah.
Always been done that way.
Then why do the late models and everybody else do it differently?
They don't do true Delaware double files.
It depends on the series. I've seen that happen before. I think the World of Outlaws does it like what Boone does, if I remember right. I
Yep.
could be wrong.
I think you're right.
Lucas's choice. I think MRA was choice.
Well, just because, to me, okay, so really the only person that really gets choice is second place. That's it, right?
Yep.
So if they do choose the outside.
Well, and the leader, because the leader can run
Yeah, it can be
however they
wherever,
want
yeah.
to start it.
Yeah.
They can start up high. They can start down low in the middle. It doesn't matter. But yes, first and second. Second gets his choice in line. Then everybody else, yes.
Just because I think of it as when the lineup is 1, 2, 2 on the outside, so then 3 is on the inside and 4 is on the outside always,
Right.
except for in the double-ware file.
Yep.
Right.
So when 2 chooses inside, it would make sense because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
But if second place chooses outside, fourth should actually be on the outside.
If it was following that procedure,
Right.
the Delaware double file is always fourth on the inside.
Okay.
And I find myself doing that too. Like before they double up, I'm like counting cars, to see okay, Jonathan's actually even spot, so he's going to be on the inside,
Right.
or whatever. Yeah.
But then what throws everybody for a loop is if somebody doesn't show up in a row, they just move the row straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you guys should change that.
I
think-
agree.
I seriously
Isn't that an IMCA rule?
no.
It's not.
Track procedure.
Track
Oh.
specific.
Oh, okay.
So,
And the reason I say that is because here a couple of weeks ago, there was a row that there was only 2 cars in the outside row, and then there were 4 extra cars behind it.
Right.
Why not just put them up there?
Sure.
And put oscillate wherever the double file start or ends. Where those cars are supposed to be. Okay, if you're in fourth and there's nobody on the outside of fourth, so then fourth should move up to third, or you know what I'm saying? You should gain that position.
Yeah, it actually happened to my brother. My brother's heat race 2 weeks ago. The inside row, the first and second row guy spun out and caused a yellow, so that moved everybody up front, moved everybody up a row, and then there was 3 or 4 cars back, and Todd was on the outside, and I'm like, man, and it's like. I think it was a heat race that Drew Jansen was in. I'm like, man, he's starting now second row, and we're starting fourth row, and we got to get in that top 4 to get that invert, because making that invert is everything.
Absolutely.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you win the heat race or not, but that inverts everything, and you got good cars now move forward because of it. You're like, shit.
Well, and really, technically, it's free pass for them.
Yep.
because now that the cars that they were supposed to start behind regardless, even though there was an altercation, I still feel like that, and maybe that's a 2027 thing for the Boone Speedway, but because if you pull out a line on the start, which is hard to do, or it's not hard to do if you're starting on the outside because everybody goes up and swoops down, well, naturally, we're going to go directly for
the hole.
The hole, right? And so you got to be careful because Sarah's good at watching that jump shit. And that's when I told Jimmy that I was actually going to race direct last night. I said, hey, 3 cars per spot, not 2. My rules tonight, bud.
He had Jimmy turned up.
Yeah.
He had Jimmy all turned up.
So, I just was curious of why, because I've actually seen some late model stuff here lately where it's like, second place chooses insides or outside, and then so that means fourth place will be on the outside.
There's also tracks I've been to where it's as soon as the leader's where he is and this next row's where they are, fill in.
Yep.
And then it's go.
Really?
Yep. And if somebody's got their head in their ass, too bad.
Yeah, why don't we do that either?
Just don't do a choose cone.
Yeah. No, I do not like the choose cone. I don't like it for what we do.
Yep.
I'm not a fan because if it worked, I'll just say, if it worked like it was intended, and then you went racing for 5 or 6 laps or whatever, and then you had another caution, you did it again, it's fine. It's when you have a caution right after that.
Oh, yeah.
Now how do you line everybody up?
Yep.
Now, Todd Shute just went forward 3 rows because everybody chose the outside row. But we have a yellow, so you've got to go back to where you were single file before that caution ever came out and then do it again. So you just showed your hand. Now everybody chooses the other way. Like, it's just it leaves too much to chance, and
Yep.
I don't care for it.
Yep.
I would rather I like the Delaware double file. I hate it when we have to go single file. I like it because we're trying to get a race over with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I get it, but
Yeah, but you have to have rules, right?
You do.
Like, we can't just have 13 redos.
You can't go forever.
But here's what I think is really dumb.
It's like Jonathan when he's playing World of Outlaws on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Cody
Start
did it
over.
more than I did.
I don't get me wrong. I don't hate it. It is what it is. But I hate that we've come to that point. I'd rather just see the damn race, Come on.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but you got to do that, or it'll just last out forever like
out of
that.
control.
It'll just be,
Yeah.
But I also think that this single file shit, like at special events and heat races, bullshit.
Yeah.
Double them up.
Yeah.
A lot of other places do it. I feel like Boone Speedway is more than capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They should be doing it. Salute to veteran stuff like that's sometimes that's the little bit of luck that you get out of a heat race, just because you might have 4 or 5 guys that are really, really good and they get strung out, and now you have a heat race, or you have a yellow. Let's line them up. So, and it also, like, we're all about promoting good racing. That promotes slide jobs, that promotes more close niche racing, other than the fact that if we go single file, now it's just a freight train. We know the leader's going to go in and protect the slider. Everybody else is just going to kind of have to fan out where they're at.
I will.
You know what I mean?
On the track side of things, I'm going to add this in too. If you did that at a race like Super Nationals, you could potentially be adding an hour to an hour and a half in a day of time spent.
Yeah.
Super Nationals
Could
is
be.
different.
Could be.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Super Nationals is different because you have 1,500 cars.
I'm just saying could be.
But yes, and I agree with that.
You might not.
I agree with that.
You don't know.
But still, if everyone paid attention and was Johnny on the spot and had their race receiver check, like, I truly think that they should do at Super Nationals, like, there ought to be a thing like the Chili Bowl.
Check it out.
Like, well, no, like, you pull out onto the racetrack, they pull up, and they got us all out on the front stretch. All right, boys, here's our race receiver.
Oh.
You just take theirs right out of their car. Here's our race receiver. You clip it right on their shit.
Yep.
Like, seriously, because you know that shit's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never done it because I'm not smart enough to do it. I haven't had Garrett around long enough to learn it yet. But I'm just saying, there are people that do that shit. I mean, I've seen it.
Can I tell you something?
But
And I don't even care who hears this. I bought a scanner and it's sitting in the tower with me. And
we listening to the cops?
I'm gonna have an earbud.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have an earbud in my
4:30.
ear. I'm gonna be listening for directions from the catwalk
Garrett, I'm going to need that frequency.
because I know it's going on too.
We've
It
heard
is.
it.
We've heard it. We've heard it come on.
And that's horseshit. That's what I'm saying.
So,
The
yeah.
surprise attack of just, hey, here's the racetrack's
Yep.
transponder. We've already got all the drivers out there. You can have somebody going through and doing it while they're doing the driver's introductions.
Maybe that's where we have that whole box of them. We can do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're going to rent those ones, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Driver's ID and everything,
We're going to
$10.
get another box of them.
I mean, I'm already like wearing like bright colors, and everybody else is wearing bright colors so they can see what their driver's doing. You don't
Who's
think?
the guy in pink?
I don't know.
There is a guy. That,
On the catwalk?
No, yes. Wears all pink,
Yeah,
and he was
every week.
riding a pink electric bike last night.
He's a great dude.
Is he?
I don't.
Yeah, he actually stops by our trailer
Yeah.
every day. And
Okay.
say, hey, good luck.
What's
guys."
his name?
Kevin?
Is it Kevin?
I think yeah.
I just saw him come
it's
through. I was
top,
like,
yeah,
wow.
top of my tongue.
It is. Katie and I
Yeah.
talk about it all the time. It's like, I love that dude. He
Yeah.
just goes everywhere. He's from Fort Dodge.
Yep.
And he goes racing everywhere. He's super nice. I don't know how he keeps his pink fucking shoes
The
as clean as
shoes.
he does.
He's
They're
gotta wash 'em.
clean.
He's got to wash them
They're clean.
because they are. When he comes
Or
in,
he's got multiple pairs.
Bud,
Yeah.
boys, last year at Super Nationals, he literally had a greenhouse hut up on the catwalk from the rain and shit. Like, he had an own little thing that he got into where he could get out of the weather.
Really?
He's got pink foam to put over the fence. So
Oh,
can
he had
lean
a
on
weather
it.
like a weather pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what the
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
plexiglass. I mean,
That's his spot.
He is a diehard racer, and he's such a great fan. Like,
Yep.
he just goes around and mingles with everyone.
Very cool.
Super
Yeah.
nice. If you ever want him to buy a T-shirt from you, it has
Gotta
to be pink.
Yeah, we were informed.
Yeah, he wants.
Okay.
And I'm like, Bud, I can't do one shirt in pink. I'm like, and then so
Helmet
what?
The helmet fire shirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
do
We can do a pink one.
right.
I know, guy. Actually, I have some blank pinks at my house.
Good.
wow.
So I'm gonna need you to
Yeah.
print me a shirt for this guy so I can give it to him because he'd be ecstatic because I've never been able to give him a pink.
I've never seen him wear sleeves though.
Sun's out, guns out,
Yeah,
bud.
sleeveless.
Oh, they'll cut off.
He's
Yeah.
been pumping the tennis balls for years. That's the end of the day.
Him and Sourman.
Him and Sourman. But he was faster than shit last
Yes,
night.
he was.
In the heat
Corey,
race.
we talked before the races. He's trying to get the old bugs kicked out. Like,
Yeah.
he's had some gremlins.
If he'd quit having kids, he might be able to focus a little more on that race car.
And
Pups,
he's also got the best in-car camera. Like
That is pretty cool.
We will, like, both Todd and I will watch it, and we're messing each other. Like, man, we gotta get something like that. No, because Todd goes, if I'm going backwards, I don't want everybody to watch it. So
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't had that problem this year.
No.
Todd's been going
Right.
forward.
he's been, yeah,
He really has. He's had a good year.
yep.
But, and we're going to get there here shortly, he kind of slid in the power rankings this
Oh
week.
God, he's gonna be upset.
That's
He says he doesn't pay attention to it.
Oh, bullshit.
He's like, wow, I'm up to 7th now. I'm going.
uh-huh.
People,
They
people were like,
are.
"Oh, what's this power rank?" People have followed that more this year than I actually anticipated.
Well,
It's a competition. That's why.
It
Right.
is a competition, and it's got the Adobe Lounge tied to it. I had a comment about they're going to go to the Adobe Lounge and have some pizza.
That's how sponsorship works.
That's exactly right. And they're going to have the best pizza they've ever had. I promise you. So
Yeah.
maybe we can figure it out how we can like somehow get something at the Adobe.
Do like a power rankings.
like it shows the
Yeah.
board
Yeah.
there. That'd be kind of cool.
oh, that'd be
Like a
sweet.
Yeah.
digital something. I
So
don't
how
know.
did my brother drop off the top 10? Because that's the first. He's
He's
probably
gonna
fast,
wanna know,
He's going to fast forward
right?
to that part. To
He's
this
going to
part.
want to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I did because we were talking about this off air. I threw it in, got it all set up, and I saw that Todd had slid out of the top 10, and I'm like, how? Because he ran good last night.
Yeah, he passed 7 cars.
Well, he's had a couple, or recently he's had a couple of really good weeks fall off. So the recency bias,
Right.
slanted him off.
Sure.
So he dropped out of the top 10. He's still good in the modified
Yeah.
rankings, but yeah, we had 2 mod lights go to 1 and 2. That's my big mod light
Oh, I've seen it.
news
But
for the week.
it's you know why it is because they all started doing the.
It's bringing them up.
It's bringing them up.
But Austin Gray goes to number 1 and BZ to 2.
That kid's
They're-
damn good.
They are at the snake farm right now having tequila
Oh, yeah.
roast right now. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yep. And all Austin wants is for us to feed him because he's pissed that we didn't feed him when he came on the show. So I told him maybe we bring a crock pot of hot dogs and he could have them. But yes, I knew when I saw that, I was like, man, I got to look into this because I told our proprietary system, Troy Shute is going to be on the show. I need to be able to explain this.
Yeah.
And it said, well, you can tell Troy Shute that his brother needs to be a little faster.
I told him that last night too.
I bet you did.
Well,
we're good.
I mean, get into that. So it's, in my opinion, with the rule change, it's like some of the rule changes, it seemed like the 5-car, once you guys hit your stride this year, you have, in my opinion, been the most consistent car out there.
I think the biggest thing was last few years my brother's been drinking C4 during the races, and he switched to Reign, and I think that's been our biggest.
Oh, okay.
Well, Bobcat?
Need to go to the Reign.
Looks like you need to switch to Reign, bud.
Yeah. But no, it's been I think eliminating the brake floaters actually kind of helped him, and then a combination of June of last year we started working with Drew Jansen quite a bit, and working with him and Denny Fuller, CPD Racing Shocks, and Dustin and Rich Smith of Dirt Stars, we kind of found something that he's really comfortable with. And you get a driver that's comfortable and confident, especially like with him, he's willing to, he's going to drive the car better, and it's shown. I felt like earlier this year, we were racing 3 nights a week. We had a really good rhythm, and when we start getting that rhythm, and that's when we started clicking it off. And then actually, like last week, we decided there have been so many rainouts. Stewart had their situation, and so we were like, we just decided to go to Vinton just to get back in that rhythm, and that's the reason why we went up there. And and now this week with Marshtown not racing, and we're trying to decide if we're going to go up to Algonquin or Britt, but there's this little race down in Knoxville that I'm
something you guys typically don't miss, right?
Yeah, I've honestly in the last few years, we really just focused on the 3 racetracks around here because we've done traveling when we were like from 16 to 22, and we just kind of wanted to be closer to home. But if it gets, we will be at Boone Saturday night because we love going there. We have a good time, and we used to like take a week off and then like go to the World Outlaw Show. But the last time we did that, we were on our phones on My Race Pass and just not even paying attention to what was going on in front of us, and we both agreed we got a race car, let's go race it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we can turn the TVs on in the trailer and watch.
Speaking of that, he had his phone set to the North-South 100. Like everybody had their phone set to flow last night watching that race, and you're walking through the trailers and everybody's gathering around a TV or something. If streaming's killing racing, then what the hell was that?
Exactly.
That was perfect. That's why we have
Point.
streaming, so we can go to the races, do our thing, and you can watch, that.
What a
banger, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, literally, they banged the hell out of some stuff.
Yeah,
in
Danny
thirties.
Ebert broke, and they just accordion. There's nowhere. I mean, nothing you could do.
Poor Dallin was past it and caught the damn berm on the inside and wadded up like it was.
Still end up 6.
Yeah. Did you hear Bronson's interview?
I have not.
Oh, bud, you got to watch it.
I've gotten into. I woke up and
Did you hear it, Cody?
We watched it. After our feature was on, there were still 30 laps left, so we watched it, and then we shut it off. And then this morning I woke up and I was in sprint car mode. So, but I did. I went back and watched the highlights. It was 17 minutes long. They're usually like 5. So
Yeah.
it was a hell of a race. So.
It was a hell of a race. Like
Josh Rice, him and Davenport, man, and they're banging off the walls, just
Josh
hockey
Rice
style banging boards.
I think Dustin Jarrett and the producers of Flow were like nail biting because Josh was like throwing the F-bomb. He was throwing the shit. He was like, but that's what people, that raw emotion, like his hard work, his dedication, his family, and the people like that were in victory lane with him.
Yep.
Like it was, I'm getting fucking jeebies right now talking about it because it was that, like I felt like I was there.
And the crazy thing
watching
is,
it.
that's his home track. And the night before, he did a last lap pass on Bobby Pierce of all people, and
Right.
And that kid, he gets around that place really well. He made a chassis change earlier in the week. He went back to Rockets, which I thought he should have started the year out anyways, but that's just me. I'm just a keyboard warrior. So, you could tell that he's
super intel guy over here.
Right.
Super intel.
Right.
You could tell that he was back at home in a rocket car, and that was very cool. It's win the biggest race in front, and the way that race went, I mean, it was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were I just seen on their Snap story that they finally loaded up at 5 a.m.
Well, they drank a lot of beer. The trophy that they got for that thing, huge, ginormous.
Well, and speaking of that, I don't think the sides bar and grill and the sprint car side of things shut down either. When Wyndham won the other night, won his first World of Outlaws sprint car win in Jason Sides' car. I think the last time that car was in victory lane was in 2016. So
yeah, it's been a while.
And I think there's plenty of.
There's a lot of great racing. The 360 Nationals race was really good. Mm-hmm. I mean, Reitzel had a shot and didn't. Maybe he should have changed. He got in the back of Tim's and kind of pushed him, and then I think if he would have just rolled the top a little bit better, he would have been fine. But
yeah.
So can I say something about Rice's, dropping the F-bombs and cursing and all that? So I have found myself trying to pay attention to that, and the dome is what's done it to me.
Oh, yeah.
Because guys get out of their car and they think they have to cuss to fire up the crowd.
Yep.
And you can tell a difference when a guy like Rice that's just him, right?
Yeah, that
You
kid's
can
always
tell
been
it when he's talking. It's no different than you when you're on here.
Yeah.
You're just talking. That's who you are. But you can hear it when a guy is fabricating it.
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
like,
I
just
agree.
be yourself. I don't give a damn. You can. I joked about it a few weeks ago with DJ. Oh, golly, I can't even say it.
Yeah.
Gee willikers,
Yeah.
If that's who you are, be you. Like,
Right.
don't fake it up. Because, I heard his interview and it was like, this guy's fired up. Like, it wouldn't matter.
It was so cool, but it was like that's just something that you normally don't hear on Flow, right? Or especially a Lucas race.
Yes.
Well, you got Brandon Overton. He's that way, but they expect that from him. But
Yes.
in the platform that we have now, including this, you're able to say use your emotion. You're not having to be tied down by, oh God, I might get in trouble with the FCC or whatever if I say this bad word that everybody uses anyway. So
right.
So, but what this sport comes down to is passion and emotion, and if you don't have that, we don't have racing. Plain and simple.
100%.
And
I've said it 100 times. You've probably heard it on the show. The day that the racer quits caring about what happens on the racetrack is the day that our sport's in trouble, because they don't care no more then. They don't give a shit.
The day that I'm not sitting there freaking out when my brother's leading or taking the lead, and if the day I don't do that is the day we quit.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, it was funny before Taylor Musselman and running the first stock car race, and he grabbed a couple Barntown Boone beers, and he's like, I was like, how's that taste? He goes, oh man, you should have one. I'm like, no, I haven't ate. My stomach's in a knot, and we're racing at a weekly show that pays $500 to win. So he's like, I'll throw up on Jonathan if I'm staying over there.
Right.
Oh.
Well, I mean, and I get the same way, honestly. Like when I go to sporting events and like my kids are in them or whatever, like I'm the same way. Like I can't eat, or it's just, you feel like you're just going to puke.
Yep.
But it's because you care.
When you guys get over that, and you're like, I'm fat, I'm going to eat. People give me shit about eating all the time before I get in the car, But it's like, if I'm hungry,
You got to have something in your stomach.
I'm going to eat. Like, I'm not going to go out there and be chewing on a piece of gum.
Because there is something to be said. If you got an empty stomach, things don't work like they should either.
Well, that's why he goes to the rain. It's
Or go to the rain,
Yeah.
or like we talked to Garrett, a little protein.
Yeah, a little protein. That's good.
Protein's good for you.
So I don't. It's hard for me to eat. I mean, I kind of eat once in a while, but like I don't know. Yesterday I wasn't hungry, but I don't know. I get worked up for just even a weekly show, and I think that's probably another reason why we ran so good. We treat it. We treat every race like it's the next one. The next one's the big one. So.
Is there any superstition for Troy Shute?
Oh God.
What isn't there?
I don't think Todd I wear red on Friday, in in honor of our
At the taco truck.
Okay. if I'm working.
Uh-huh.
Wear red on Friday for the veterans, but I also wear it at the racetrack because I wouldn't have to throw on my orange shirt that Todd doesn't see anyways.
Hey, I see it when you're when you're in the Paul Budd section over there. I do see the orange sweatshirt over there.
I wear blue. Now I wear blue at Stewart because all of our races we won, I've wore blue there.
Okay.
There's certain gas stations or grocery stores at Norwalk, if I have to get ice, I don't go to because we haven't won there yet. If we have a bad weekend, I won't go back there. So, yeah.
There's a lot of superstition.
There's a lot.
Todd doesn't know that one. It's like if he's like, hey, if I have to get ice, then tell me if I go get ice because I got to go like over to like the airport and go grab something from the Casey's over there.
That is fantastic.
Great.
That is fantastic.
That's great. I love it.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of superstitions. Do you believe in the whole chicken and green race cars?
Oh, yes. So, I do not eat chicken. So this is a funny story. We went down to Jansen's shop to put Todd's seat in the car because Todd couldn't fit in Drew's car.
No.
He eats a little bit more than Drew. But anyway, so Cole offered Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, I don't eat chicken before on race day. And the reason why we don't do it, I'll have the chicken strips at Boone, like during the Nationals, because you got to eat at some point because we're there for 20 hours at a time. But long story, in 2015, our buddy Luke Dickens, who owns Final Cup, he's like, hey, we're getting ready to go to Oscar. Hey, I'm going to stop and grab something to eat. It's okay if I stop by. And like, yeah. And he bought some chicken tenders from Hardee's, and he sits it on the hood of the car. This is like, I'm like looking, I'm like, dude, you can't do that. And he's like, oh, it's stupid superstition. Go out there for hot laps. Second lap, the motor blows up.
Oh.
Did not see Luke the rest of the night. So we do not eat chicken before the races on race day, but we're okay to eat the chicken strips in the trailer, not out by the car.
Don't put them on the hood of the car.
Don't put them on the hood of the car.
Or anywhere else on the car, for that matter.
So that's the reason why, I mean, this was still 10 years ago. We went to, when Canes was down in Arizona, we had Canes that night, but we ran second to some Ricky Thornton Jr. kid. So yeah,
don't worry about him.
Yeah, he's a nobody.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
What about green race cars?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, has Todd had a green race car?
No.
Maybe we should change that. I'd like to see that.
No,
I would really like
orange.
to see that.
The gold that we have on the car, it does reflect a little green in it, so we're okay with that.
Okay, all right.
I actually kind of want to do an orange race car. I was thinking about this. Like my favorite race car when I first grew up was Scott Sales number 31 late model. That was way back in the early 80s, and I how come we've never had an orange car? I mean, I love Rick Eckert's orange cars, but we've never had one. So, but yeah.
So you're doing orange for Super Nationals?
No.
Are you doing the same body?
We are doing a different body.
Can you reveal what? I mean, are you doing something like old school throwback, or are you doing just something different?
We're just gonna throw. I love that. I love our scheme right now.
Yeah,
that's nice.
The charcoal gray and the light gray and the black. It just looks good.
Kind of pops.
It's different. We got the number built into it, and I think we're just gonna run that. We're gonna just freshen it up, make it look good.
Can I suggest something? Something around the number, like a white, or just something that makes the number pop even just a little bit more.
We could do that.
Because it's kind of, it looks awesome. I'm not downgrading at all. It's just when the sun goes down, things look so different, and like sometimes numbers blend, they don't stick out as much. But man, when one of them comes on the track with some kind of outline, it's subtle, but man, it can really make it stand out. So,
Todd, are you listening?
Todd, I hope you're listening.
He will be.
Do a fluorescent green outline. That would look cool.
No.
I'm kidding. That was just for me. No. Dude, I know we got to take another break, but we got to talk about sprint cars here.
I say we kick it off to our great partners.
Yeah, we'll go to a break, and we come back. We'll get into Nobody Cares About Troy. Or what Troy's.
It's a deal.
It's
right. And I'm going to be nerding out, so be prepared.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're going to go to a break with our great partners, and when we come back, we'll finish talking with Troy. We'll see what he thinks about the upcoming Knoxville Nationals and get into our question and some other things. So stay tuned. You're watching Watermelons and Woodchips. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Adobe Lounge located in Boone, Iowa at 915 West Mamie Eisenhower. Our hours are Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. to close, Saturday and Sunday, noon to close. Come enjoy some of the strongest drinks in town and the best homemade pizzas around. Whether you're stopping in to relax, meet friends, or grab a bite, the Adobe Lounge is the place to be. See you soon.
This is Dustin Jarrett, and you are watching the Watermelons and Woodchips podcast with my guys Cody, Josh, and the Bobcat.
Welcome back, race fans, Watermelons and Woodchips. And we kind of got to get into, before I get started, Garrett, my 12-year-old's catching bigger fish than you this weekend. So
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Don't feel too bad, Garrett, because he outfished his dad too.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Well, he went up, he was at Clear Lake too, Garrett. So yes, yeah.
Wow,
so,
he threw down the headset and was ready to walk.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, okay, money. He was he sent some pictures and he'd FaceTime me and he's like, Dad, check out this. He goes, he sent me a text. He's like, look at this big stripper I caught. And I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, I'm sorry, I meant striper.
Like, is that Boone education?
Well, yeah,
coming out.
Yeah, he hasn't been in the resource room yet, but there's still time. So
he messaged me and told me he was icing down his wrist because he got real burned. Cranking in all the hogs.
yeah, but
you started talking about cranking hogs in front of Jonathan.
Right.
We're going down a wrong road.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Michigan's the best place to do it. I don't know if you guys have seen that guy on TikTok.
Oh, yeah?
You want to go hogging, you go north.
That's where you go.
That's
okay.
right.
Good to know.
But, yeah, I had to throw that in there because he sent me some pictures of a couple of those walleyes he caught. They're pretty good pieces. But anyway, so I had to get that in there, Garrett, just so. But, back to Troy. And I want to talk about the nobody cares what Troy thinks. Like, it's kind of growing legs. How long have you done that for?
So I actually used to just write down my picks and just write a little blurb about everybody. I could almost write a book about it. But actually, back in my trolling days, maybe a few years ago, I got in an argument with somebody online, and somebody wrote, "Nobody cares what." Told me, he said, "Nobody cares what you think," and I go, "You're right. Nobody cares what Troy thinks." So that's where I came up with it. And then it's just I'm a humongous fan. I mean, I've been following sprint cars now for almost 40 years, and God, I'm old. And
we all are.
Fun,
I know.
isn't it?
It's okay.
I feel like I'm not going to do like no YouTube. I'm not going to be like a YouTube guy that tells you your picks, or I'm not going to do dirt draft or anything like that. I'm just going to give you some hints on some stuff. I actually did the Chili Bowl deal a couple of years ago. Was in the top 10 going into Saturday, and all my picks went to hell. So, and I was like, I'm not going to do that again. So, yeah.
Still, be sitting in the top 10 going into Saturday. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of smart people that do that, or that's more insight on that deal. So I was like, something to break up the news feeds of whatever. It's like, I'm just going to write this. If they like it, they'll hit like or they'll comment. If they don't, oh well. I'm not going to lose my sleep over it. So
yeah, because you did the late model stuff earlier in the year, and it was cool because he's like, yeah, put it out there on the page, boys.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And then now we have the Knoxville Nationals coming up, and I'm going through this list, and you got, all the dudes on there.
I'm going to have to force to listen to the podcast on Tuesday because I will reveal my picks on Wednesday. So
Oh, nice.
there you go. You're going to get at least 2 more listeners.
There you go. There you go.
But also though too, that's not the only cool thing that Troy does. Is he does these really badass flyers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do any of that stuff for the sprint? Has anybody in the sprint car world reached out to you to do the flyer stuff? Because I've reached out to you for like the whole hog 50, and you do an excellent job with that.
I had a couple of national teams reach out to me about it during the off season, and then they I might have been too pricey or whatever, and or whatever. But I'd like to. I mean, my goal is I do Ricky's race day deal. I do Joe Duvall's, and I do Pat Graham's, and then I do Marshalltown, Independence, Stewart, and then some others. Like I did a World of Outlaw late model deal for Nodak out there in North Dakota. So
this year?
Yep.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
That we were
So I do quite a bit of that. I would like to. I mean, I got Ricky for my late model guy, and I kind of want to do. I want to do a national sprint car guy, and Ricky keeps me busy.
Yeah,
But they're the most coolest people. Ricky just reached out one day. He's like, "Hey, you want to do some race day stuff for me?" And like, it's my mission to do every night that he races. And Porsche, she's the one that gets all the pictures. So I send that woman a lot of pictures of her husband's car.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, yeah, so if anybody that listens to this and can help our guy out here, like he's looking for a sprint car guy to do race day stuff.
I think Kendall listens.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
They have somebody. He was one of them that reached out, but they already had somebody that was.
Does Peterson do their
Yep.
stuff? Yeah,
Yep.
Peterson's done their stuff for a long time.
Yep.
He was doing that stuff when I worked for him.
Yeah.
That was 2013.
Yeah, that's
So
been
he's
a while.
Been
So
there for a while. But so are you going to get into these picks, or are we going to wait till Wednesday?
Yeah, you
okay.
can go ahead.
Do you want me to read off the top?
You just read off a name, and I'll tell you the reason why. This is why I think.
So is this all in ascending order, or
Could be.
Ooh,
no? We don't know.
We don't know.
So you just want me to pick one? You want me to pick one at random
Well,
then, or
the first one is the guy I think is going to win it.
Rico?
Yep. And the reason why I go with that is his progression at Knoxville has been really good. Ignore the 360 Nationals. He's won World of Outlaw shows there. He's won qualifying nights there. For a while, he was the guy of Hard Knocks.
Yes.
But this is, his crew chief is Ricky Warner. And when I look at these lists, I look at who's their crew chiefs with them. And Ricky is on the Mount Rushmore of crew chiefs for sprint car guys. He's the one that's behind Donnie Schott's, a lot of Donnie Schott's success. And
why is that? What makes it? He's just been doing it that long.
Yeah. He's grown up. He grew up in a sign company in Pennsylvania, and then he's got the knack of being a crew chief, understands it, and he's like that dad figure. He's going to tell you suck tonight. You need to be better. Or hey,
I already like this guy. And
slap you on the back of the head or on the back and say you did a great job. You're the man. And Rico's program has took a different step higher with Ricky as the crew chief, but Ricky's health's not that. He's been struggling with his health, and I don't think he's been on the road as much. And you can tell from the inconsistencies of that car. I mean, yeah, they switched teams, but it's the same motor, same chassis, same crew, everything. They only did is Tony Stewart's paying the bills, and they're working out of his shop, and they're using his trailer.
Right.
So, but I think this is the year. I'm watching Rico at the Lasowski Tribute in that 410 race. So like, oh. Because I was kind of flip-flopping and like, oh, that thing's pretty damn good. So
right.
And I think qualifies on Thursday, gives you a little bit more of a racetrack. It's a little bit more widened out. So I think that's probably the reason why I'm going to go with him. So
yeah, and a lot of that, some people might not realize that don't follow that, like with the split format days.
Yeah, elaborate that, because I was just getting ready to ask, what's starting tonight at Knoxville Raceway?
Tonight is the Capitani Classic. It's for Ralph Capitani, the former promoter or race director at the Knoxville Raceway. It used to be a tribute, and he passed away a few years ago. And it's basically going to be 80 cars, no split field, one winner.
So it's 410s.
Yeah, it's 410. No 360s, no 305s. I think $25 pit to get in the grandstands. Best bang for your buck.
Honestly, it's probably the toughest.
It is.
It's the toughest feature of the week.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
almost like our Prelude. You know how the Prelude format is like super tough. If you win a Prelude at Nationals, it's almost like harder than winning the Super Nationals.
I can agree with you on that.
That's how I see the Cappy.
So they'll get about 80 to 90 cars. They'll have 6 heat races. Top 3 go on, but they'll invert the top 4. And then I think they even do points on passing points on the heat race. So they take the top 8, and then they do this Australian dash, where they basically get the 8th place car out versus the 7th place car. If you win that, you move on, and then you go.
This is televised on what?
It's going to be on Dirt Vision.
Dirt Vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I do like the the king of
It's like a head-to-head.
It's basically king of the hill, but they call it Australian style or something. Yeah,
it's just 2 cars. You know, you get 2 laps and you just move.
So
yourself.
the bottom 2 seeds,
Yep.
and you just go up against the next guy. So if the 8 beats the 7, the 8 races the 6, and if that 8 beats the 6, they race the 5.
Yep.
And that determines where they start.
Yes. It's sweet. It's
And that's
really cool.
just for the top 8, and then they, of course, do the B mains and qualify, lock in from 9th to
whatever. Yeah,
24.
Yeah, there are a lot of good cars that do not make the show, and then there's no provisionals, there's no this, that, or it is unsanctioned. The World of Outlaws, they have a rule where you can only run a certain amount of races. They're not World of Outlaws. This is one of those races that they're all free to go. A lot of guys made the trip up from St. Louis. They ran at Peevely last night, so I think everybody's going to be there. That's legit. So,
yeah, and then that whole sprint speed week. So you have the Cappies tonight, front row challenges tomorrow at Oski.
Yep.
So I have only gone to that race one time, and it was the night that Jack Hodenshield actually won the front row challenge,
which is no longer the front row challenge anymore. That's what they call it. So
So you could, if you were starting on the pole, you could take the challenge for like 25,000 back, 50,000 back then.
In 1990.
Yeah. 50,000.
Wow. How many drivers did that?
Jack Hodenshield. He's the only one that's ever taken the challenge and won.
Won it.
In the whole time they've done it.
Wow.
But that place is like, that one's more of just you showed up at a party and there's a race going on.
Yeah. Burke's always hanging out in the infield.
Yeah. Playing bags.
Yeah.
Hammering Coronas. Yeah.
And then we have Marshalltown's they're trying their hand at it. They're usually Tuesday's like been an off night, but they're going to run a 360, 305 show, a race saver show. So we'll see.
That's this Tuesday.
Yep. At Marshalltown.
Yep. So
first time I did see Jer. Well, you did the flyer, huh?
Yep.
So that was probably pretty cool to do the flyer for that since how long?
89.
89. Cody and I were just shitting dipes.
Yeah.
We just in dipes then. So that's pretty cool. They get that show in over there. And
Yep.
So why did they not get the 410s to go there?
They won't show up.
They're because of the Nationals.
Yes,
and then Knoxville does a big party deal on Tuesday night downtown. That's pretty big. And that's where the thing that I like about the Knoxville setup compared to like where we're at, because we're like on an island right out there. I mean, everything's built around the racetrack in Knoxville, so you literally can walk from the racetrack or where you're camped downtown, and they have the big NOS Energy stage, and there's bands and all this stuff, which is really cool. They've really embraced that and made it a part of everything that goes on in the town. But then to your question, so then Wednesday they split the field in half. So they'll tell you're either qualifying on Wednesday or you're qualifying on Thursday.
How do they determine that?
I think it's just a combination. They'll either draw, or if a driver says, "Hey, maybe I won't be able to make it for Wednesday, so I'll be it for Thursday." So,
and I've seen and it doesn't happen too often, but I've seen guys that are like listed on a Wednesday, but then they get moved to Thursday, or they're listed on Thursday, they get moved to Wednesday.
And it's kind of just like Gravel always races on Wednesday. Larson races on Thursday. I think Rico races on Thursday. Ryan Timms is on Wednesday.
Sheldon's on Wednesday, I think
so,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. And like the format, your qualifying times.
It's qualifying in your A mains, everything, but you got to get through the heat race.
Yep. So you get 200 points for fast time, and then you get 100 points if you win the heat race, and then your feature is 200 points also. So your time trials and your feature have the same weight. And
the heat races are inverted by 8.
So if you're quick time, you start fourth or outside.
And if you don't make it out of your heat race, you got to run the B main, and you don't get your spot back. You start 21st if you win the B main.
Really?
Yeah. So
it makes the heat races either. I mean, they're racing like their hair's on fire in those heat races, and that's why you're hoping the racetrack's wide.
Is there a way to recover? So let's say you have a bad heat race and you do go through the B, and then
because
you drive through the A.
Rico did it last year. He didn't make it out of his heat race, and he went from 21st to 6th or something like that.
So it gained him enough passing points.
But you have that extra weight from your qualifying time.
Yeah.
So you get passing points.
Not passing points. You just get finished points.
Finish one spot. Okay.
Yep. So
and then that lines you up for Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah. So like you'll end up being, 500's a perfect score.
Which was last time done in 2017 by David Gravel.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So it's been a while.
Yeah. And like, so you could, be towards the middle of the feature and not have a great run in the A, but then like you're second in points.
Yep.
So then you got to see what the guys do on Thursday. You could be anywhere from second to eighth, depending on how the racetrack is. So you kind of have that in your mind of like, that's where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
And that's where you start on Saturday.
15,000 to start.
On Saturday?
Yeah.
A main 15,000.
What's it pay to win?
200.
200.
And if you're on Kaiser wheels, it's an extra 100,000.
Why did I get a sprint car? Well, I know why. Because they're fucking nutty. That's why.
410 motors, brand new, that you can't get are about 70 grand. So
Yeah.
Wow.
And I will say this, the tires have been a big problem. Chad Wares is on his way with tire smashers because that's the new thing. Everybody's been complaining
I've heard
about
that.
the tires and like now we got to get these tire smashers because like I guess the tires are so bad now that they got to figure out, they got to use the smasher to figure out if it's going to work for them or not.
Right.
Here's what gets me on that. Okay, we've all been around racing a long time.
Uh-huh.
Everything else in racing has gotten
Competition.
better.
Yeah.
But it's gotten better.
because of competition.
But why hasn't the tire gotten better?
We don't have competition. We have a monopoly with Hoosier Tire. That's our problem. And
It's not open tire rule.
it's not an open tire rule. Continental owns Hoosier. I don't ever see Goodyear getting back into the sprint car world. American Racer, I don't know if they can compete with that, but in the late model, or they're trying to do it in the late model, but in the sprint car world, that's all they got.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and it's $400 a right rear tire,
And that's the deal right now with that. I've
now-
seen the guys with inconsistencies. And okay, so my background, I was the Hoosier Tire sprint car tire guy on the East Coast, like Central Pennsylvania. That was my job. I'd show up with the tire truck. You'd come buy the tires. Outlaw teams come. They'd be taking arm loads and whatever, or they come to the shop, buy 20, 30 tires at a time from me, whatever. So I know how it works when they're talking about, like, you buy a tire and now they're taking, like I said, Chad's taking the tire smashers. And once you take that tire off my tire truck or their Bob's tire truck or whatever,
you can't take it back.
Can't return it.
Yeah.
For the most part. You can, but most of the time they don't.
No.
It's
Why? What is that?
It's just
no return policy? I mean, if I got a
places
receipt,
do.
I can go to Walmart, I can go to Baumgart's, I can return anything.
because
I
if it hasn't been mounted, if you can visibly see it hasn't been mounted.
Yeah.
Oh.
But those guys are mounting them and they're smashing them.
And figured out. I mean,
Well,
what are
with
they
the
figuring
tires-
out
with
that
the
why
tires
it's not? Is it just like delaminating, or is it just not?
Not the delamination. It's more of a
I don't know if it's a construction issue or
Load?
load
Yeah.
issue.
Load issue?
They're looking at loads and see what the tire will do at certain air pressures and certain things. And David Gravel won a race over at Weed Sport, and Jeremy Elliott. If you're a sprint car person, watch
Sprint
Jeremy.
Car Unlimited.
Watch
Yeah.
Sprint Car Unlimited. He's got a 90 at 9, 90-second YouTube channel every day. Gives you information, but he goes to the races and interviews guys too. And Gravel said, you just don't have a feel in the car anymore, and that's where I think we see Donnie Schatz is not on my list because he doesn't. The old guys they can't find that feel in their car, and he goes, Reitzel said that he won a race. He goes, I didn't feel good. I just was able just to kind of find the right spot on the racetrack and just hit it right. So it's this. I mean that the inconsistent tire is really hurting the old guys right now. So. And if you and you got to have a feel in these cars.
And like I said, I hope they get it figured out because obviously, like, I have a soft spot for Purple Mafia.
Yep.
Like I consider myself as part of the family with those guys, and a lot of friends with those guys that do that stuff, like Neil Kalman, Vern, and Shannon Rush. Like they do work really hard, and I know them like they're good friends, and so I hope that it comes around. But some of these guys, though, they are consistent. Like look at Sheldon right now. It's cool because we have a guy kind of on the inside that with Kendall, and so I'm following it a little more because
So
Kendall's there.
It is cool to get Kendall's snaps and shit of them winning or them in the shop, and like it's just that's a
Black Dirt Garage coming up,
right? and it's just the professional side of things. You go and see and how they do those and how they operate and stuff like that, and it just blows my mind. Though it's like everything has gotten better in racing except for the tire.
Yep.
Like, remember when the old McCurries?
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, like, they were – and the thing – what I mean by the tire deal is it's like all it's done is gotten more expensive, right? And everything has, but the other stuff – the difference, in my opinion, is that the other stuff that's gotten expensive is nicer. It's, brought up the technology of what that is, whatever that part is or whatever. And you don't necessarily see the price going up like for Chad. I'll use Chad Weirs for an example. He has a shit ton of stuff, and he stayed pretty same price range for some of the stuff that he has produced for the last 10 or 15 years, however long he's on one specific part, to where this tire, it's just like, man, do you think the grooving and the siping has helped IMCA racing?
I think the siping is better, in my opinion.
Right.
My brother, I'm a tire guy.
Yes.
I am the tire bitch. And he'll ask me Monday, he goes, what do we need for tires? And I'll tell him, and I'll wait for like 2 hours, and he won't respond. He's like, all right, I got your tires. They're so expensive. It's, and I don't know. I keep changing the way I groove tires and my thought process is on them, and we're trying to we get maximum at least 2 features out of our tires.
Yeah,
that's the goal. No matter what. I'm getting a little nervous for Super Nationals, but we'll figure it out because that's what we do.
Is that right side, left side, all tires?
Back tire, rear tires, right fronts. I'm getting a lot out of my right front, so I'm not trying to get too aggressive on my sipes. I've never delaminated a tire. I've had a lot of people ask me, what are you doing? How come you're not doing it? How come you've never had it happen? Now watch this. It'll happen this week. But
I can say that too, Troy. Ducky is very, very, very meticulous with that siping stuff.
Yeah.
And we shoot in my modifieds. I mean, when I was racing a modified, you like even sometimes 2 nights of stretching it, right? Depending on where you're racing and who you're racing with or what the event is. Yep. Stock car stuff, I've noticed on my stuff, like back in the day, though, even Boone, you could go to Boone and put a brand new set of tires on and it wouldn't even hurt them. We
did not hurt them last week. I actually ran the same tires that we ran last week in the feature last night, and they still look great. There's been nights where he's like, you're not going to run those again, are you? And I'm like, I'll probably run them at Stewart.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and there's just certain places that are more abrasive on your tire. For me, in the stock car stuff, I'm going minimum 4 nights on my rear tires, unless I'm racing. Like when we were in North Dakota.
Is that because the cars don't scotch up as much?
They're just not. They just don't have. They're just not as hard on the tire. Sure. Yeah. They're heavier. So I feel like they break in a tire better. Yep. They just they work that sidewall in really good. But the stock cars just isn't that demanding of.
Well, you're not really like you're not
right. You're not you're not going as fast, which I don't know if that plays a factor into it. I don't really know.
I don't know how much your guys' wheel spin is either with those cars, but like Jimmy sends me a snaps like, yep. I don't need a tire guy like your brother does.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Jimmy, we all know Jimmy waits till race day to do anything. Yeah. However, he did send me a snap this morning of him washing his car because until like 4 months ago, he had never washed that car for a whole year.
Oh, wow.
And I give him shit. And he's like, it's fast. And I'm like, it's slow because you haven't been winning, and then we washed it, went through it, but I like my right fronts. I'm getting 5 to 6 nights.
I usually on mine too.
When we were in North Dakota, though, I will say that those tracks are so. Have you guys done the North Dakota tour?
No, I don't think we're planning on it.
No, you should.
It's past our 1 hour travel time.
I get it, but I had so much fun up there. Like, I learned so much, like, just going to those different, like, talking about, I don't know if you listen to the show, but the dryness compared to here.
It's a different,
Holy shit. Like, we were actually wearing our right fronts, which tells me that it's good that it's planted in the ground and we're using it, really good, but it was just like, holy shit.
Yep.
But there were also a couple of nights where, like Johnny Carter, good customer of mine, good friend, he is still flipping tires, not sanding it off, but sanding it down, but then flipping it, kind of like what we used to do back in the day before you could sand.
I still remember the day that Lottie, it was like 2007 or 2008. We were parked next to your dad. Your dad was driving for Bushore, and Lottie we were allowed to grind tires, but Lottie thought it was against the rules. And he goes, one day he gets on the microphone, you guys are okay to grind tires now. And your dad looks at him like, no shit. Because like we had all because Lottie would get, we were always parked down there in that one area, and Lottie would like get on our ass. So like Todd and I would go hide behind your dad, and Bill, we'd grind our tires in front of the trailer so he couldn't see it. And then after that, we're finally get this thing out and start grinding. So
Did you go to the driver's meeting last night?
I listened to it.
Okay, so last night when I looked across the racetrack, I'm just bringing this up because of the Lottie shit. I remember when he used to stand up on the thing and, you fucking idiots out there, you're tearing up shit.
He called my names and just point at you.
Oh, yeah.
Dumb son of ass.
Yeah, and last night reminded me of seeing everyone at the driver's meeting. Mm-hmm. So next time you have to have the cookie milk talk, I would like for you to be able to take Tommy's microphone and go up on top.
See, that table.
Were you standing on it?
No.
Okay.
No, that table it's not up here. It's in my office at home. There's a coffee mug from 1989 with my dad's stock car that he bought from your dad.
Yeah.
And there was like, sitting in suits in that anyway. But it's he's, doing the pose, and they got the overhead. It's like somebody took a picture from Everett's Tower down. That table is on the picture from 1989. So, and I have stood on that table before.
Scary.
She's a little treacherous.
Yeah, nails are starting to rust out on her.
Let's just get the telehandler down there and lift you clear up in the air.
Yeah.
With the safety harness on.
Listen up.
Right.
Yeah. No, I thought it went good. I thought I didn't need to sit on a table. It's fine. I mean, I'm pretty positive I have before. But like I said, I was looking at that. I was eyeballing that table. I'm like, I don't really want to take a digger in front of all these people. There's 100 race car drivers standing here. So,
so back to the Troy's. Nobody cares what Troy's thinks. We only made it through one driver.
We made it through one guy. Yeah. We went off the rails.
Well, but we had to elaborate on some of that, and thank you guys for explaining that whole 410 thing because I didn't really understand.
Yeah, it's a cool
how that works.
It's a cool format. It makes the heat races very entertaining.
Yeah.
And there are times where guys get, you get a guy that's on the bubble, and he starts on the pin, and he's 5 mile an hour slower than somebody else, and it causes a huge wreck. I've seen that a few times too.
I was going to mention though. So Friday night, so they do the qualifying Thursday and Friday. Friday night is Hard Knocks night. So if you are not qualified for the A main and I think the first 10 positions in the B, you can take your shot. Mm-hmm. If you're not qualified in A, you get to run. And this is actually, I think, a Toby Cruz thing. Mm-hmm. You start. It's a brand new night. Completely start over. Qualifying heat races. If you are in the top 4, you start in the last 4 positions of the A main.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah, and it makes it. It's happened in 2000 when Toby was kind of running in 2011. That's when they first started it, and then they got away from it, and then it brought it back, and that brought the crowd back on Friday night. Because Friday night was kind of like, I don't really care.
Right.
But you get guys like Shots has had to run it. Gravel ran it the last 2 years, so it's really entertaining.
Hard Knocks night is good because you have guys that have it gives a guy that has problems on their qualifying night a fresh start where you didn't have that before. No. You were toast.
You were going to start if you won that Friday night show, you're starting 11th in the C main, and if you run 5th in that race, you start 11th in the C main. So it's everything.
Right.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So and then
you see bad sliders and sprint cars now. That last lap it gets a little gnarly.
Right. Right. And it's, I remember the year Clausen won the Hard Knocks night. That was really cool. That was one that sticks out in my mind. It adds relevancy to the Friday night of the Knoxville Nationals, so that everything,
Yep.
Okay, so anyways, we're getting back to your list. Obviously, Ryan Timms is up there.
Best that thing is unreal. That car is unreal, and
he just won the 360s.
Won the 410s last year. Shane knows what he's doing. Shane Liebig is the car owner and the crew chief. I think sometimes the car's faster than Ryan, but Ryan's learning, and once that fuel load gets off that car, it is unbelievable how fast he is, and he is. I actually, it was funny. I went back and I've done a podcast before. I did it with Ryan Gilmore and Trevor Drake, the Pit Shack one, and I said, I think that Ryan Timms kid's going to be good someday.
Yeah,
and that was back in 2022.
Yeah.
So I was on that one. So
going through some of this list, obviously you have Gravel, who's been really good. Reitzel's been really good. Yeah. Corey Day. Sheldon is really consistent right now.
So I'll get to that. With Gravel, he's got to get through the heat races. And the problem with this National Sprint Car Tour series is they don't have to worry about passing a whole lot. Mm-hmm. He's got to get through his heat race, and that's a big thing. Everybody talks about the high limit, like, they invert the top four. No, they invert the fastest qualifier. This is kind of crazy. They make the fastest qualifier start fourth. If he wins, he starts on the pole of the dash. But let's say there's a four heat races. So the fifth, let's say the guy has fast time, and then you got the guy's fifth quick, he gets to start on the front row, and he gets to pick if he wants to be on the bottom or on the top.
Why does he get to pick? That's just the way they do it.
That's the way they do it. So if you win, then they take the winner of the heat race and the fastest qualifier, and they go in the dash. So if you're the fastest qualifier, you're going to take a shot in one corner, and I'm just going to ride. Mm-hmm. Just make sure I make the show.
Right.
So, but anyways, going back to Sheldon, and I was telling this to Josh. Last year at this time, I think you probably knew about too that there was a certain vehicle at KCP inquiring about a ride, and that was Sheldon. And if you look back on it, so Sheldon's always parked next to David Gravel. So they run the big game motorsports team runs Maxim chassis, Morrison engines, Berryman suspensions. The crew chief for David Gravel is Cody Jacobs, who grew up in Ohio, who's really close to the Hanschild family, and is also very good friends with Kyle Ripper, who is the crew chief for Sheldon Hanschild. KCP runs Maxim chassis, Morrison engines, Berryman suspensions.
Yeah, exact same thing.
They've got the recipe.
Yeah.
And you're starting to see it with Sheldon, that he would drive the shit out of those cars, and he'd put himself in bad positions.
Right.
And wreck. And he's kind of done it. He's done it a few times this year, but his consistency's there, confidence is there. And when you get a wheelman that's got confidence and comfortable, he's going to be up front. And I think that's where we've seen with that team now.
Well, and I think for those guys too, it's considered kind of it's considered their home deal with Matt and Brett.
Yep.
And they've been, their shop's in Granger, which is not far from Knoxville. And
Ripper lives in Knoxville, if I remember right.
Yep. So, yeah.
It's been perfect for those guys. I remember when that whole deal was, just reading the Keyboard Warriors, like, it's a career. It's a penalty box. It's over. Yeah. Sheldon's not going to be around much longer. Blah blah blah. And no, once you started the deep dive into it, like, now it makes sense. So once you get that recipe, now Sheldon's second in points, and Gravel needs to pay attention. So,
well, and I think there might be a resurgence with Brent Marks coming in with this new team thing. That's my opinion. Brent's a good friend of mine.
Brett did something. That started this year he was horrible, and then he got rid of a sponsor or a car owner, and I think it just revived him.
Right.
Made some other little changes, and now I think Briscoe bought everything.
Yeah,
including whatever the high limit deal that they got. So
that charter. Because they have a charter system, kind of like NASCAR, basically.
So it was $280,000.
Yeah.
Spent some money.
So now Briscoe owns that. And then, you got, obviously, Macedo, Tyler Courtney, after being hurt for a long time.
Yeah.
He's
Newton, Iowa. Tyler Courtney.
Yeah.
So I think he won a weekly show at Knoxville. And I had Geo's. I didn't have him on there, but there seems to be a struggle with the guys that have the Stanton engines.
Eric Stanton?
Not Eric Stanton. He's just too busy typing one. But I think they switched to Ryder for their bigger racetrack stuff, and so he's had the same crew chief, and then when he goes back again, crew chiefs are. Here's the one thing I'm not a fan of with the Knoxville Nationals, and that is the fuel break. I hate fuel breaks, and no matter what, if it's whatever race, don't have a break. Just get it to 40 laps. If you got to stop, count your laps for parade laps, whatever. If you have to stop on a red flag, then stop. But we don't need this fuel break thing.
Right.
I do have on an asterisk Kyle Larson.
Yep.
There's supposed to be a NASCAR race on Saturday night. If it rains,
he'll be there.
He'll be there.
So he's coming to qualify.
He's going to qualify. Yep.
And the NASCAR end of things, I was going to ask about Corey Day. Do you think this is the last time we see him? He's about to go big. I mean, he's already big. But
and then Jason Myers he's already got the next one coming too, Jet Barnes.
Yeah, he's got Jet Barnes, and
that kid ran fourth at the Chili Bowl. He's 14 or 15.
Yeah,
you can't race Knoxville. He's not old enough.
Right.
But
his day's coming.
The
rumor is that Day's going to end up in a Hendrick car.
He isn't.
He already is.
Well,
yeah. Well,
Cup car.
Sure. I think he's got maybe one more. The nice thing about it is Rick lets his guys race outside of it.
Now he does. Yes.
Joe Gibbs was not a fan of that. That's why you didn't see Christopher Bell a whole lot. But Ty started racing dirt, and that kind of helped a little bit. But I don't know. I think that kid is extremely talented, extremely smart. His dad, Ronnie Day was a talented racer as well, and if he wants, he's going down the path. So he's got a great team. He's got the same crew chief. I mean, he's won 2 World of Outlaw shows at Knoxville, and that's the reason why I have him on the list. Mm-hmm. And he's like one half of his 410 starts this year. So I'll put him in the right situation. I think he could be the guy. He could be the next Larson. So I haven't really paid attention to NASCAR a whole lot. If I see Rob Stradley write, "Thank you, Mr. H," that must mean Kyle won, and he hasn't won yet this year.
Yeah.
So, Nope.
So
right.
He's had a rough year.
Yeah, but the thing too, Kyle's good at Knoxville, especially when the money's on the line.
Oh yeah.
So if he does get a chance to race, it's almost like when Shots was like, doesn't matter where you have Shots as long as he makes the A main.
Donnie Schatz won the Nationals starting in from the B main on rubber.
Right.
Brian Brown, he had that thing won. Like it was over. Like this halfway break, it's over. And like Schatz was up to 4th, and like he found that extra groove, and he just hit it right every lap. So,
yeah.
But I hope I got Carson Messino. It's been 10 years since that Jason Johnson race, and still probably the greatest non-Todd Shute moment that I've ever experienced at a racetrack.
Yeah.
Maybe Lasowski winning in 98 because that was pretty exciting too. But,
sure.
But yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Well, many other people might not care what you think, but I do care what you think because I really like and you can read it, but it's different to hear it out of the horse's mouth, right? Like you hear the elation in your voice and like how you care about it, and it gets me fired up. I'm gonna go fire up the Capitani when I get home.
To me, I fell in love with sprint car racing. I didn't even know my parents were late model fans, or they went to the fairgrounds quite a bit. Actually, my grandma had a race car at one point, but was walking down was at a friend's house and seen some sprint car wings behind this deal, and it was Mike Hausman's race car, and hung out maybe way too much down there. And then my uncle Bill who actually went with Todd to his first race, not me, said he went to Knoxville. This was back in '86, and then I kept bugging him until he said, "Yeah, I'll take it," because my dad didn't want to go. He's like, "I'm not going to watch those damn sprint cars." And I fell in love with it. And then Diamond P, you remember American Sports Cavalcade?
Yeah.
They started going to Knoxville in '87.
You all right there?
Huh? I had an ear itch, bud.
Then I found Open Wheel magazine in '87, and then like '89, my dad started going, and Daniel Lasowski was in the number 5 with Ron Cole that Kai Fulbrook was working on, and they had a left front wheel cover.
That was going to be my next question.
Doug Wolfgang had a left front wheel cover. Actually, I was looking at this book. It has the Kodiak car that he had a left front wheel cover in '88, and then just started to just absorb it. Recorded if Thursday Night Thunder on record it. If American Sports Cavalcade was
this bag right here is full of slick 50s and Diamond P stuff that my grandma, she literally had a trash bag and was like, here you go. It's all these tapes.
And I would record, like when Speed Weeks would do their little minute-long, I'd record. So I had all that information. I mean, and I would just love it. And I was more of a fan. It was my goddamn brother that decided he wanted to become a race car driver. And, And I probably should.
Todd.
Todd, jerk. And that's probably one of the reasons why we're number 5 is because of that 5 car.
Sure.
We started out in dwarf car racing. It was 0 because we wanted to be 00 with the Moon Irons, but they had some macro rule where we couldn't have the same number that Jim Cooper had at 00.
Oh,
and then at the '97 Nationals, that's when we decided we're going to be 5.
Yeah.
Because of Fulbrook and Lasowski, and then actually Mike Hausman's last number was 5 as well. So,
So you didn't even have to ask the question.
Nope. I did not have to ask the question.
Worked perfect.
But I did see your question was kind of another thing that got me popular too. Favorite paints or my top 5 favorite schemes.
Yes. Yes.
We're going to go into that. Towing question of the week since you brought it up, Todd.
Let her rip.
Well, hold on. What was it?
This
what
is
is
Troy,
the?
By the way, this.
Oh
is
Todd.
Troy.
Jeez, sorry, Troy.
I'm Todd's brother.
The towing question of the week was what your favorite IMCA modified paint scheme of all time? We'll start with you, Troy, anyway, since you brought it up. So.
Oh God, that's tough. When I was young, and we actually did a tribute to this gentleman, but I remember one of my first times. Remember going to a race. I walked into the Iowa State Fairgrounds, and I remember seeing a yellow car, and it was Bill Davis. Mm-hmm. That yellow number 1 that Axel owned at the time, and was
that the one with the orange nose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a yellow car in 2011 for Axel because of he passed away. Todd got a chance to drive that car. Bill did a throwback on it, and Todd got to drive that car at Webster City that year as well. That was probably one of my favorite. Your dad's black and red car that won the Super Nationals in 2001 is up there. I'm not going to say anything. I got too many of my brothers that are favorites.
He just took my 2 picks, so.
Wayne,
Great minds.
I always like Wayne Larson. I love Bill's Summit blue candy apple blue car, and that thing was painted. And Billy would tell us the story about all the hours they would put just in paint. I'm like, no, we can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Todd will have that side ripped off in about 10 seconds. So.
The greatest story of all this is why the Strableys love us. I think we got in a wreck in 2004 at Oskaloosa. I don't know why we went down there for a USRA show, but we did. Wrecked it, and Todd had to move that week. So we got the car fixed. I took a brand new door and quarter up to Rob, and it was when he had the Nails car. Does a whole right side. Well, we're moving Saturday. Todd had to get out of his house Saturday to get to his other house. So we're using the trailer to move, and we get up there right before. This was actually when Modifieds had B mains. We didn't do two features, but so we get up there right before the B feature, and Todd starts last, and he drives it up to the front and rips and just did a little right side romance with somebody, and it had tire marks all the way over this brand new wrap. And Rob came up to us and just gave us a big hug. That's why I love you guys. If it wasn't for those guys, those guys have always been behind us, and they're family to us, and they've gave us some good looking race cars too.
Yeah.
Poor Jack. That poor kid has to put up with Todd and I. So.
Yeah. Well, mine, like I said, the Bill Davis car was with the orange nose. I'm big orange guy. My dad's stuff has always been orange, but your dad's black car with the orange flames and the chrome stripe on the
Yes.
bottom. That one, that had the orange number with the yellow inlays in it. That one was probably one of my favorite all-time ones. Just like, I don't know, it was just like you didn't see like the chrome stripe on the bottom at the time, you know?
Right.
Well,
Well,
the
and-
year you guys busted out the gold wheels, I thought that was like just that one little thing that set it off.
God, we got a lot of hate over that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Well, Wayne came up to Todd. It's like, we're going to do this. It was actually Jimmy Gustin that came out with the chrome wheels or the color wheels back there in 2007, 2008. It's like, well, Wayne's like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this color deal. What color do you want to do? And Todd's like, why do you want to do me? He's like, we won the Super Nationals last year. And he goes, okay, gold. And Wayne looked at him like, we'll do gold. Mm-hmm. And then 2 weeks later, we show up. Todd's like, I got like 8 boxes sitting in my front yard.
Yeah.
So your answer that you shared a picture of Todd winning probably the most exciting.
That was not me.
That was not you. Who did?
I think it was Nelson.
Oh, sorry.
Was it Nelson Volbrick?
Yeah.
I saw the picture and I just
Yeah.
I don't know.
That one was cool too.
That
I still
race
have
was-
one of those T-shirts.
That race was incredible. But I have to ask. So the picture he shared on the side of the hood,
Yeah.
it looked like there was a sponsor on there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did you know what it said?
P1P.
I think that's what I read.
That's when I lived in Maryland.
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
check because the picture was a little grainy. I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe I'm not seeing it.
Hey, the
right.
guy's been around a while. Everybody thinks that he's this young
Yeah.
buck, but he's got a little more salt and pepper than what everybody thinks.
Yeah. Getting patchy.
Right?
is.
Little patches
I
Houlihan over
remember
there.
when you guys when you and Toby used to do the race show
Yep.
at Boone.
Yep. Yeah, we did the what was that called? Racer's Edge.
Yeah.
The Racer's Edge. We did it at Spills.
Yeah.
At the bar at Spills. I was in high school.
Yeah. And like Todd's like, I'm not getting mentioned in it. And I'm like, well, maybe you win a race and you might. Start winning races.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing the broadcast thing for God, now you're making me age myself. That would have been 2005, 2006,
Yeah,
2006.
Yeah. And then you did an interview with Todd on Wing Dancer.
Wing Racer, yep.
Yep. I have that. I have that still on my iPod. That is, I think it still works.
Yeah.
You asked him if you would rather be winning modified races or running 10th in the C main at the Knoxville Nationals, and that's when Nikki would go to the races, and she's like, so,
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I did find an old hard drive. I was telling G about this. I found an old hard drive with all the Wing Racer promotion stuff on it.
wow.
Like the old videos and the audio interviews and stuff. And I need to dig some of that stuff out.
I think Cody bought a tire or two for us. That was how the sponsorship
Is that what it
happened
was?
for Super National.
Yeah, I think I ended up shipping you guys some tires. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked out great because ended up, and Jerry even gave it a shout out when he rolled up on the stage. Yeah. Yep. I mean, that was one of the most iconic modified races, IMCA modified races of all time, in my opinion.
That was a fast shaft, right?
Yes, it
Yes.
was.
That was, I would say, in my opinion, the best fast shaft race that there has been.
I mean, at the we had Grant Lubethal, who's been with us since 2013 was our first year he sponsored us. He gave us, it was actually Stacy Mills' old 383 that we ran in, and it was still the combination, guys had open motors versus a crate, and at the time the crate wasn't really that good.
That was the year Dylan Smith
Yeah.
won the big dance with a crate, right?
And actually Dylan kind of helped us on that last lap because he got beside Chris enough to where it
Yes.
slowed him down. But I remember we won that race. We won the Hawkeye Dirt Tour race like on the last day before voting, before you could end, because we had to do the voting thing. And we won it at Oski, and my brother is not this type of person. He goes, we get in the truck, getting ready to head home. He goes, get me in that race, and I'm going to win it. That's all he said. And then so he's like,
that was when the vote for Todd stuff came out.
Yeah, that's when he's like, this is you figure it out. You use your creativity. And
See, Troy was the original social media OG, man, back then. Like, had to vote for Todd.
How many accounts did you have on?
Who won?
2.
Okay.
Did you argue with yourself?
No.
Oh.
I had
Because
one.
T-Gun used to do that.
Right. And people are like, look at this asshole.
Right.
It's like it's the same guy.
I had one for TS Web Designs.
Yep.
And then I had one for Empty Pockets Racing.
Yep.
And then,
okay. Yes, I do remember this. The
I
little
remember-
avatars you could put on
Yeah.
there. Like, oh, yeah.
I mean, I remember like we'd race at Des Moines, and then we'd like go to get something to eat. Like we're trying to get our phones to work to get the 4D fan results from Marshalltown to see who won at Marshalltown. And like, God, my Race Pass is still the greatest app. I use that thing like I probably use it more than Facebook, actually, to be honest, just to learn about stuff and ask him questions. So, but yeah, technology is crazy.
It's pretty wild. What was your favorite scheme? Oh man, I know it's hard.
My favorite scheme was, of course, I'm gonna be biased and go with my dad, and it was when he had the orange nose with the neon yellow purple frame. Well, it would have been
The car we bought.
the car you guys bought.
Yep.
I did that throwback here a few years ago.
This one?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Yep. Well, no, not technically that one.
Okay.
Because that's just orange, purple, and white.
Yeah.
This car actually
had
had
yellow on it, right? Yeah.
it had neon yellow on it and stuff and everything. But yeah, I would have to say that I think that the person that had the most amount of unique, different looking cars is no longer with us, but Jake Durbin.
Yep.
Yes, that was another one I was going to say.
He
Yes.
had the coolest cars. Like, just, he was a paint guy.
That orange car was when it
Oh,
came out. There was
man.
nothing else like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But Matt Stoneburner stopped in and seen us. And when he bought that car from Denny Stoneburner that he won at Nationals in 1997.
The one that Owen Hunter painted.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
that,
that's not a modified, but that
still.
Yes.
Yeah, like, I mean, I know it was a modified thing, but that was probably, who else used to have some really badass cars is Jeremy Christensen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just, for some reason, like, we need to do this question. It needs to be the next
We'll
question.
do stock cars next.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, best Super Nationals
Yeah.
car.
Jeremy always was super bright, and when he ran the bigger like Malibus,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh, look at this stock car," and then he'd win. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I know it was a modified question.
Jeremy had a
but
lot, but Matt Stoneburner's stock car that Owen Hunter
Yeah.
painted was
Insane.
one of the best ones I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
I'm gonna trip you out on this one for me. I'm not doing this just because John Logue. One of my first cars I saw when I started watching racing as a modified was Johnny the Jet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That was the first T-shirt I bought.
Big
was
Bird.
from-
the consistency of how his cars looked all
Yeah.
the time was like
Sure.
it always fascinated me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what does he have like a body in the trailer? He may have, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I always liked the way they look. But my favorite one of all time actually came out of New York.
Yeah.
Do you remember his name?
Caswell.
Yep.
as well. Yep.
He had the 360-degree headers, and the
Yeah.
thing sounded like a freaking turbojet when
Yep.
he'd go around
Dale
the track.
Caswell. And he kind of had that.
R19, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It was a Victor car.
I
Yeah.
loved that car.
Yep. And it had kind of the center steer big block look to it with the sail panels and stuff.
Yep, the way it was just, and I think the exhaust, I thought he had it coming out the door on one side at maybe 1 year.
What
but
was the guy's name that did the surfboard foam?
Oh God.
Jeff.
Yeah,
Was he a victory car too?
I think so.
And it was the 6 car, that yellow and purple 6 car with the flames and
Yeah.
stuff on it. It was all hand painted, and then had the
I can't.
vinyl overlays.
I can't imagine guys doing painting cars and then just the next night it just gets
just destroy them.
destroyed.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about though, right?
I know what you're talking about, and then they'll probably
You're gonna text me.
Yep.
But I know Craig Fieland used to do all of his engines when I worked at JR Motorsports, and that's what he said. They had a surfboard foam company or something out there, and it's from what I remember. What the hell was that guy's last name? That's gonna drive me
I
nuts.
can't think of it.
Tall Jeff something.
Todd doesn't have a memory, but I can
So-
bring something up and he can probably yeah, I remember that guy. His last name's this,
But that was always a really cool car.
Paul Stone's cars were always super nice too.
Yeah.
They were vinyl cut too. I'm like, God, man,
A lot
you
of
got
work.
way too much time.
Right. The overlays and all that stuff. So, but yeah, well, I'm sure, like I said, we've had a lot of people put pictures in, really, really cool. And somebody said the Cody Connect,
The Iowa car.
Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
So that year,
That was a State fan that said that.
yes. So that year with Eric, when I was helping Eric Elliott, Cody Connect had the Hawkeye car and we had the Cyclones car.
Oh boy.
And we were going to do a deal where we had them on Saturday because it was the Iowa State game, but both of them had been piled up so bad by Saturday that it was just like, I talked to Kevin Yoder and he's like, yeah, we're just going to go ahead. We're not even going to worry about it anymore. Yeah. So, but, yeah, any other, Joe McBurney's Lightning car was really cool
good,
too.
Yeah. Joe's always had nice cars, and Jake does too. Rick Ward had some actually cool ones back in the day. He's probably going to get excited hearing that. So,
Yeah.
That'd be does he get excited?
The Flying Toaster.
Just depends on what time it is on Facebook.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Corey Drips' Flying Toaster one with the chrome reflective.
The illegal car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, too, Corey Drips' big car, when he came there with that chicken on the side of his car, everybody went berserk.
Yes.
Like, oh, my God, I can't believe this. I'm like, you guys don't know Corey Drips.
Right.
Because I totally see him doing this.
And then, oh, by the way, he was just faster than hell in it.
Right.
It wasn't just a showpiece.
Right.
That thing was fast.
Correct.
He had problems keeping it on the racetrack, though.
He did a little bit.
Yeah.
And on it, like Brian F. Camp had some really cool ones, like that purple, the purple car was, I don't know what year that would have been, 04-ish maybe.
He had some different schemes. He had like the night that Todd won his first race, he was actually racing with Brian, and he was in the Skyrocket car, and it had like a gold and maroon. It was really nice. Kind of gave you that old Pat Graham.
Yep.
Barnstormer's car.
Yeah.
So Pat's always had some good looking race cars.
Pat's always had, and Dana does such a great job with his bodies and shit and everything. But when you work in NASCAR, you are good.
You have to be good.
You have to be good, right?
One
Kale
more.
Sponsler always had really
Sponsors
cool.
were good, and his stock car to modify didn't matter. His always looked good.
Yeah.
The Dandyland cars.
Yes.
They all,
I always liked those.
Shout out G-Wagon.
Whether it was Lewerke or Elliott driving
Mark Elliott's cars were always
Yep.
fabulous, because he was a body man, and he knew what he.
My favorite Mark Elliott cars were when he would put the dimensions of his roof and shit and everything on it for IMCA, because they'd always dick with him about it.
Yep.
Remember those?
So in 2007, Mark built the body on Jason's Sport Mod, and that's when he had those. Remember those sail panels, and they followed the measurement, but the inside followed the outside. So the sail panels were like they were dished to follow it. So if you measured it, the inside, it actually was the correct measurement on the outside. Well, Tom Gutowski did not like that interpretation, but I thought the sail panels were fucking badass.
Right.
And that car, Jason's car that year, was sick.
So,
that was one of my favorites.
Going back to one of your other ElmQuest questions, someone mentioned about the spoons being thrown. So that's what happened.
Yes.
So in 2007, Denny Fuller built us a body before he was, started CPD Racing Shocks. He was an old late model guy. He was actually Todd's crew chief in 2006 with the late model.
Yep.
So he's built us this body with these wacked or really big cell panels. So we go to Harris Clash and get the pre-tech, and they're like, you need to do something about the cell panels. So Todd's like, all right, what do you want me to do? Tell me what, and we'll get it fixed before the heat race. And they didn't really say anything. So they go out. Todd wins the heat race, and they disqualify him for the cell panels. And Todd drives back, and for some reason I didn't pay attention, but he got mad, and he went back over there, and he started yelling at him, and he grabbed the spoons, the draw spoons, and threw them across the pit area. And I'm like, we're done. So we go, like, I know we're getting ready to load up, because we were actually planning on racing the late model the next day, and so we're like getting ready to load up, and Rob's shadow like, you guys are on the board for the BMA. And like, no way. And we're like, all right, well, let's try it. And he started last in the B main. We made the transfer spot, and in the feature he passed Clayton Christensen on the last lap. Going into if it was a 24-lap race, we would have won. If it was a 26-lap race, he would have won.
Right.
On the last lap, a lap car was pulling off the racetrack, decides to pull off right in front of Todd, and Todd had to swerve to miss him, and Clayton had a run on the top. And I've only watched that race once, and I literally took the DVD and just threw it out. Like, I'm never gonna watch that race. But we got our one win at Knoxville, so that's all that matters. So
yeah. Yep, and I thought that was – you said that was 07?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was 07 when you guys had a run from the back, and then Clayton won that. But I do have a tape like that in Grandma's garbage bag. I got 1996 IMCA Super National Sprint Cars, and I think I've watched it. Maybe I haven't watched it. Josh brought up
now
the VCR.
I know why you wanted the VCR.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I want to watch it. I have seriously. I remember vividly. I was probably like 8 years old, and it was.
You're gonna put it on a big screen. And it's gonna
I'll
be
I'll probably end up throwing shit again too.
It's
I don't
gonna
know.
be so grainy. You won't be able to see it.
Right. So, but yeah. So I have one of those. I have one of those tapes.
I remember
as well, so.
Todd getting out of that car, and he goes, "It must have been the cell panels." Just looked at it. And actually, Brent came down right before the Super Nationals that year, and just said, we had a good talk. He's like, "I get why you're upset, but this is why we did it." And I would never want that guy's job anyways. But
Right.
yeah, and we had a shot of winning the Night of 1,000 Stars. Got taken out there, but we won Super Nationals that year, so we got.
Yeah, it worked out okay.
It was
It's
a
okay.
decent year. Actually, I think we just saw he was climbing the fence there
God,
episode before.
I got the Shoot the Thrill video that Cody sent me when he did that. So
Yep.
God rolled.
So
Yeah, I know it's weird. We start thinking about this stuff, and it's like, man, holy cow.
we've been around a while.
Yeah.
So we're throwing spoons. We're ripping bodies off cars. We got to talk about Moffitt's Mayhem.
Oh shit. Yeah.
We already know who won it.
Yeah. Yeah. Buck.
Pretty sure. Yeah, it's good.
Buck's
Once
vote.
again, Jonathan's got a little more work to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
On what?
with the Moffitt's Mayhem winner, the 92 car.
Stickers will be here in 2 weeks.
Yep.
I'm serious.
Yep.
You just got that thing open. I mean, I came up when you were out in North Dakota, and just to see what you. I mean, I know Barnhill talked about it, but man, to see what you sent on Snap, and then what you guys done to that place. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot different.
It's been a long, very, very humbling experience. And we're like Matt, he took off today for Eagle River to go up and chase 20,000 this week. So we got Eagle River Monday, Tuesday night, and then take Wednesday off, Thursday night practice at 141. And then I'm headed to Southern. Braden is getting promoted to shop manager while we're on.
Boy.
Is Ivan interning for him, or how's this working?
One day a week he wants to come up and weld. Other days he wants to weed whack and pull weeds.
Okay.
But we got a lot to do, a lot to get done yet, because we are having an open house. Like we've talked about a couple times. Tuesday is Super Nationals, but I appreciate that, Troy. It's been very humbling. It's been a very long learning curve. I've never done a project like that, right?
Yep.
So you're just kind of going into the unexpected of what to do, what not to do, what can I do, what do I need to do, and how much money you've spent to do it. Like the risk was definitely, the reward is starting to feel like all the risks were starting to pay off, right? And and it's shown that too. Like we've really focused in, and we've got our stock car stuff really kind of going on, and it kind of really opened up some eyes in the hob world too. I've got 4 hobby stocks we got to build this year, and a couple of them are right here from this area, and we haven't had that. So it's been very, very good. The lot is full of projects, and my dumb ass can't say no to any project. So
It's money.
It's not just race cars, right? Yeah. It's money, and I've got a really good group of guys right now. Hired a couple of extra guys, and everybody is showing up and doing what they need to do, and it's fun. Like, I'm not a Nazi to work for. It's fun. We like to have fun. We have really good break times. And then we go and work, and we get to do what we love, working on race cars, and the trailer repair stuff sucks. So quit bringing your fucking rusty ass shit here and thinking you're going to get it fixed for free. Thanks. Management at the Logue Fabrication email hotline.
Right.
But
well, on that, I don't think I have anything else. He's got to go watch qualifying.
Yep.
right.
No. I'm gonna go to Slideways, and then we're gonna go do some jack.
Speaking of that, boys, did you see Slideways?
It's finally
They cut in their smaller, because they had a dirt track a long time ago at that, but I think they didn't do anything with it.
No.
But now they've got the concession karting moving over to dirt. They cut her in.
Nice.
And I commented on their post, Scooter Cup 2026, and the owners were like, yep.
Really?
So,
Interesting.
could be.
We always go down there, like I call them my favorite redheads. We always go down there once a year, and they're like, they keep looking at that dirt track. It's like, when can we go on that? Like, these kids, I mean, they like to go to a couple races. They're not really big race fans. They just get to listen to me talk and act like a 4-year-old when I go to the racetrack or go to Knoxville, because my fandom takes over. I'm not
Sure.
And they're like, we want to get on the dirt track.
Right.
I know I do too. So I see that post, and I screenshot and send it to them. Like, is it open tomorrow? I'm like, not tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. No, so I'm pretty pumped for the dirt. I think that'd be pretty fun. So
Definitely.
anyway, well, we need to send you on your way so that you can get down Slideways, get some laps in.
Yep.
And go watch some sprint cars.
Spend way too much money on merch that I don't need to, but
Yep. And then you're going to text us when you hear any good insight. So
yeah.
And then I'm going to go down this week and meet with Blake, and we're going to get some stuff cooking. And
You need to get I
be
know
good.
you're working on some stuff with Blake, but that kid, his story is pretty badass.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We got to get him in the seat.
Yes.
We got to do that.
100%.
I know he's from Newton, so
Yeah.
I know he comes back once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Blake, I know you see it, bud. Come on.
It's biggest. I mean, honestly, it's an honor. He came a couple years ago. They had an off week with Radine or Skagit, and the first, he's like, he came to Boone. He's like, man, I just wanted to say hi to one of my heroes, Todd Shute. And and actually, with the first dome race, they ask who your pick for the modified. He goes, I'm going with the guy I've watched when I was growing up, and that's Todd Shute.
Right.
Yep.
Should have won that damn thing, but anyways.
Yeah.
Another story for another time.
Right.
Yep. Now I'll go meet Bleezus this week, and we got some stuff in the hopper, and it's gonna be pretty cool.
Definitely.
So, and then we're gonna have Troy on standby for that new project as well. So,
I don't know if it's going to be standby. A number one correspondent. where I'm
correct. Yes. Yeah, he's gonna be our field reporter.
There you go.
Oh boy.
So,
I like it.
yep. Just saddle up. But hey, we do want to say thank you to everybody, especially Elmquist Towing. We've had a lot of good conversations with Jake over the last few weeks, and they had a really, really good night at Boone Speedway. I mean, they brought out 8 to 10 different pieces of equipment, had cars hanging in the air,
Yep.
flags flying, did bonus money for mystery positions last night at Boone Speedway.
Even had a special hot lap session.
Yep.
That was kind of cool.
Yep, had all their cars out, wanted to kind of showcase their cars, and they gave them a couple laps, and then what else did he do? Oh, the cash giveaway for the fans, T-shirts, hats, all the stuff like that. Frisbees.
It was an event last night.
Yes, and they do such a great job, and obviously they're supporters of our show, which is fantastic. So thank you to Jake and Andrea and the whole family for continuing to support us. Adobe Lounge, go get some pizzas. The more pizzas that John sells, just tell him you heard it on the podcast. So
Yeah, dude, and the best.
You never had
frozen-
Adobe pizza?
I think I had one. There was one in your trailer, and Van Eaton was out of food, and he said, "Take a piece out of Johnson's trailer."
Okay, well, guess what?
we're gonna get him some.
We're going to fucking change that at Supernationals. So I'm going to need...
Van Eaton gets really concerned about my welfare, about not eating, so he makes sure I get fed.
Nice.
God bless him.
Good.
Yeah. So if you go to the Adobe Lounge, get pizza. Tell them you heard it here.
Take frozen ones home if you
yes.
have to, because they're the best frozen
And-
pizzas I've ever had.
John's homemade
The
chicken
soup.
noodle soup. So,
Yep.
but Moffitt's Ford, Logue Fabrication, P1P Canopy, Central Iowa Diesel Performance, Farley's Wholesale Tire and Quick Lube, Vision Bank, Barntown Brewing. We've had a good group of people with us.
That's right.
For 47.
47.
We're coming up on 52 pretty quick.
It's coming.
So
Gil,
It's gonna be
Gil Sonder, who had Johnny Herrera, Dana Lasowski, Keith Kaufman, Mackie Heimball.
not nerding out.
He had Mackey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mackie drove that car. It was
No kidding.
He was in the yellow 47.
Yeah.
I'll be
So when,
damned.
when Corey does the different colors, that's when I get all excited. When I
Right,
see the
because you
red.
know what it.
I know
what
what it is.
referring
I know what
to,
year
yeah.
it was. He
Yep.
did the red when they did the Budweiser car. It was
Yep.
red, and yeah.
I caught Corey at the window and I gave him a fist bump and told him today was episode 47. He's like, best number. bud."
But anyways, continue to like, subscribe, share all the things on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, all the
bet.
stuff. So
Thanks for the help.
yeah, we appreciate it. Troy, thank you, buddy.
No problem.
Yep.
Thank-
Thanks, Troy.
I think we need to have a recurring. We're gonna have recurring.
I do Chili Bowl, so
There we go.
it's
Well,
Chili
well,
Bowl,
well.
the Dream, and Knoxville Nationals.
So we got 3. That's a verbal contract for 3 episodes a year.
Can I push for 4? Have you ever done a Super Nationals one?
I do not do a Super Nationals one.
Do you want to ever?
No.
Okay.
As long as my brother is competing, he is
Ah.
he's
Yeah.
my pick.
Okay.
I don't do one.
It's
for
a
the
superstitions, man.
So when Todd
Can we do?
retires,
Can we do like
someday-
sport mod, stock cars, and hobbies?
do everything but the modifieds.
but it's possible.
Oh,
Got the
got him
gears-
turning
got
a
the
little
gears
bit.
turning.
Another verbal contract.
All right.
But-
Good to know. Good to know.
As long as you get me talking about racing, that's all. I mean, that's my love. And you know, ever see that meme where the guy's just standing there like looking around like nobody's talking about racing? I'm that guy. It's like I don't want
Yeah.
to talk about anything else. So
Yeah. But
Cool.
no, well, we appreciate it, and
Yeah.
like I said, we're all racing nerds as well. So, but we'll send you down to Knoxville and hopefully get some Snapchats and all the fun things. So we appreciate everybody continuing to follow along on our journey at Watermelons and Woodchips. Until next week, we'll see you later.
Welcome to the Adobe Lounge located in Boone, Iowa at 915 West Maney, Eisenhower. Our hours are Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. to close, Saturday and Sunday, noon to close. Come enjoy some of the strongest drinks in town and the best homemade pizzas around. Whether you're stopping in to relax, meet friends, or grab a bite, the Adobe Lounge is the place to be. See you soon.